but I know what you're saying.
All right. In 5, 4, 3,
Welcome to Edgewood, Maryland, where the Edgewood Rams bring in the Joppatowne Mariners, all part of the Baltimore Ravens High School Football Showdown. Great athletes across the field. We will get into all of that. Two teams that have a neighborhood rivalry getting after it. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Booker Corrigan alongside two-sport college All-American Kadri Ishmael. Talk about these two squads for us.
Well, first I want to welcome you guys to Harford County, and just being a Harford County resident and knowing that this game, Edgewood versus Joppatowne, is one amazing rivalry. I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to watching some dynamic teams with a beautiful set of players on both sides of the football.
You talk about dynamic teams. We got some dynamic players to watch as well. And it starts with Zion Ely. He is a terror for Joppatowne. He can make things happen defensively, and here he is.
Well, Zion, as you can see, is the guy when it comes to what Joppatowne likes to do on defense. They like to play fast. They like to be disruptive. They run to the football, and in that, you need to have your playmaker. Well, number 0, we're going to have our eyes on him, and Zion is that kid. He's only a sophomore, but what the coaches love about it, the fact that he's such a dynamic, wonderful player.
And for Edgewood, their quarterback, Cesar Travers, he can spread the ball.
One of the biggest things about Cesar is that he can extend the play. And in extending the play, he's not just looking to run, but if he has to, he will. And at the same time, I believe because of that, you see guys going down the football field really wanting to make plays for Cesar. And that's what you look for in a quarterback. One who can extend the play, one who can make big plays with his legs, but also find his playmakers. He has a lot of them over the field. They're 3-0 for a reason, and a lot of it has to do with the quarterback play.
Travers can get away from trouble when he needs to, and he can drop dimes. As you see right here, dropping the deep ball right down the middle. Beautiful play, but they're not going to be out there by themselves. They're going to have some other help, and Kendrick Williams and Robert Martin are stars of their own.
Yeah, they're the guys where I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. We talk about Cesar and his receiving core. How are Williams and Martin going to be locking them down on the outside? There's some bona fide Division I type talented players.
And then on the other side, for Edgewood, Jameer Torres and McKee Georges.
Yeah, for Mackay, rather, he is a guy that I think is going to play a pivotal role in trying to slow down this up-tempo pace that Joppatowne likes to run. If he can get disruptive and force Joppatowne into some long down and distances, that's going to be an advantage for Edgewood.
Those are your MedStar Health players to watch. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this.
"16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people."
Since 1837, our mission has been to chronicle the life and spirit of Maryland and the Chesapeake Bay. In all we do and in all we stand for, we are Baltimore. This is the Baltimore Sun.
Football is fun, and it all starts when we play a safer game. We exist to lead, strengthen, and grow football for all. Protecting athletes is paramount, from non-contact to limited contact to full tackle. Our football development model offers a smarter, safer way to play and teach the game, and rewards leagues that reach the highest safety standards. By putting athlete safety first, together we'll create a better, safer game. USA Football.
M&T Bank Stadium, and it is getting loud. Stroud on the play fake, he's hit and struck, and the Ravens stuff the Texans. Zay Flowers on the far side, spins at the 25, still on his feet. Pumped once, going deep. He's got OBJ over the shoulder catch, and the Ravens have it in the red zone as OBJ delights the home crowd.
Don't miss a game. Don't miss a moment. Don't blink.
It is an absolute thrill to be here in Edgewood and see the pageantry and the effort that the Ravens put into this. And look at these high school guys. They get a chance to run through the tunnel. They get a chance to really experience a thrill, a lifelong memory.
Absolutely. I think anytime you recognize the cool part of high school football, it's the memories that you make with your teammates and the bonds that you form. And for the Ravens to kind of add an extra spark with the pageantry of coming out of the tunnel, if you will, it's pretty cool. One of those core memories for yourself.
It certainly is. A nice crowd swelling here tonight as the Rams play host to the Mariners. And a lot of talent on this field. Two great coaches who are going to try and put their teams in a position to win. But we also had a couple Ravens who came and see some people win. And here you go. There's Joppatowne, and there's the pyrotechnics. That is fabulous. Look at him. That's an absolute classic. Absolute classic.
Yeah, it's perfect right there.
The Rams at 3-0, defending their home turf. Nice to see the kids having some fun with the cameraman. What I was saying earlier, though, we had a couple Ravens who came out to give some talks to some guys.
Absolutely. Jadeveon Clowney is in the house.
He's not a hard guy to miss.
Not a hard guy to miss. One of the more talented football players of the last decade, and glad that he is a Baltimore Raven. And of course they're going to be having their hands full going up against the Cleveland Browns come Sunday, but what a tremendous addition he is to John Harbaugh's led Baltimore Ravens ball club of 2023.
Coach Harbaugh, one of the great people in the sport.
Yeah, and he does such an amazing job of year to year adapting and making sure his team is prepared and ready to go. And you always have a different level of expectation with different teams. But the ultimate goal for the Ravens is playoffs or bust. AFC North, you want to be the AFC North champion, get into the playoffs, and obviously go from there.
And here we see them coming out for the coin toss. See if they don't mix it up a little bit. Great. They got a couple cheerleaders. They send out the mascot, Poe. They send out some of their marching band. I mean, they really treat these kids with first class all the way. There's Poe.
Poe is doing his thing. And
yeah. Poe's a funny character. I was watching him with the different cheerleader for the Edgewood gals, and he's laying down on the ground for pictures. I wonder how he would call the coin toss. I think he would say it's going to land on its edge.
Could. It could be tails because, he likes his tail.
Jacob Martin. Number 4, Makai Georges.
I think it's really cool, you get an opportunity to see two guys that played high school football, played it at a high level, but for these kids, to be able to kind of rub elbows, if you will, with professional athletes of this caliber, it's really cool and I think inspiring. You always want to get to that next level, and maybe this is that next level for them. Maybe it is college. I know there's a couple of guys that have been committed already to play in college, but at the same time, hey, you might even be fortunate enough to be less than the population of American football players to make it to the NFL.
We got Kendrick Williams, one of your players to watch. He's already committed to Army. And there's some D1 coaches who are looking at Robert Martin, number 8 for Joppatowne also. We're going to step away just for a second. We'll be right back.
On October 28th, come experience a brand new race. Featuring a scenic course through the boardwalk and Assateague Island. Run through our unique course and enjoy our post-race party, featuring Michelob Ultra, Hoop Tea, and Food Lion refreshments. Don't miss our one-of-a-kind oyster medal and high-quality runners premiums. Register now at ocrunfest.com.
The Ravens are searching for the first ever Purple Rising Community Athlete Award recipient. Nominate a female student athlete who is a leader on and off the field. Win game tickets, a VIP experience at the Ravens vs. Rams home game on Sunday, December 10th. To learn more and nominate a female student athlete, please visit baltimoreravens.com/showdown.
Experience the thrill of the Baltimore Running Festival. Join us on October 14th and journey through the heart of Charm City. Over our first 20 years, we have created great memories, incredible accomplishments, and lifelong friendships. We have the perfect distance for every runner to conquer, from the Full to the Curio Wellness 5K, the Pandora 10K, and of course, the Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield hat. All of our runners will receive a top-notch Under Armour Runner's Premium. Go to thebaltimoremarathon.com and register today.
For 10 weeks during the regular season, the Ravens will honor a high school coach who has made a significant impact on a student athlete. This award is in its 26th year of existence. All 10 Coach of the Week winners receive a $2,000 donation to their school's football program and will attend a Ravens home game at M&T Bank Stadium in December for an opportunity to be named the Ravens High School Coach of the Year.
You know, this might be the last time I'm going to play football. You know, I started playing football in high school, you know, and that's where I got my dog in it. So for y'all, like, take this for, like, what it is, man. Go out there and really try to be a dog out there and beat them boys over there, you know. They don't got y'all. They don't got what y'all got. And if you take it like that, you're going to be thrashing, you know. Do everything you can to make this, you know, meaningful. Look at that dub, you hear me?
A nice look at the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown schedule. We had a great matchup last week, and then, of course, we'll be having an opportunity to see some other teams and some of the Powder Puff football at the end of the season. Let's get into the team comparison presented by Corrigan Sports.
Yeah, you know, I think for Joppatowne, last year they had a great year, 11-2, was very competitive in the Chesapeake. This year they had to move up in division, and so now, being that they started off a little slow, they're trying to find their way. They got a big win against Hartford Tech, whereas Edgewood, they've started off strong, they've started off fast, and they're just rolling along. Their expectation to win ball games is evident, and there is the tale of the tape.
That is what we are faced with tonight. Putting the toe on the leather for the Edgewood Rams is going to be number 81, Carson Krause, and he is a true kicker. So if they get a chance to put a field goal on the board, don't be surprised to see him take that opportunity. Kadri, you returned a couple of kicks in your time.
Once or twice. This is, in my mind, the most exciting play in football. You get, 20, 25 yards at a pop. You're putting your team in great field position, but that's a big play. So there's a lot of big plays that can happen on the kickoff return team. Most high schools, they don't necessarily kick the ball down the field. They'll either squib it or some sort of kick where it causes you, the return team, to make a good judgment.
And there it is. Krause gets it deep down to the 10-yard line, where it's taken by Joppatowne. Joppatowne in white. And the Rams in their home red. Great job on the return that time. Robert Martin, he's a D1 talent.
Oh, yeah, and Robert, you can see where, again, special teams, you give yourself a chance to get in great field position. You're at the, 33-yard line, and just a good, strong return by him. You can see where he, got his blockers, just setting them up right there. I think that was just a nice, strong return by the young man.
Good return, good tackle. And it's 1st and 10, Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. An absolute delight to be up here in Harford County. Shotgun and a quick swing pass out to the outside, and that's Lamar Watts And Watts takes it for a hefty gain early.
Well, you're talking about making big plays with this offense. They're a fast offense. They're explosive. Coach Albert Good talks about how they like to play up-tempo, no huddle. And so for Edgewood, they better be ready.
And our camera guys better be ready because they do not huddle. They literally didn't even come close. Not a sugar huddle. Threaten the inside. Hard yard.
Very hard yard. And it's interesting, too, because from a defensive look standpoint, I mean, Edgewood is a team that, they recognize, hey, we have a lot of bodies. Can we use this to wear down an Edgewood team that brings only 26 players? Conditioning comes into play as the game goes on.
And cramps. Isaiah Robinson hands it off. This is Makai Belton.
One thing to stop a team that is an up-tempo team is to get them off schedule when it comes to the down and distance. This is a third and manageable, so this is an opportunity to pick up the first down. Very manageable third down position right here.
Plenty of time on the play clock right now for Robinson as he looks over the defense. That no huddle gives you a great advantage. Bounces to the outside, and it is going to be a grind. Belton with, again, they talk about him as a physical runner, and he's certainly proven it right here.
Yeah, you can see all those red hats on the football, too, and I think in their mentality, it's how can we as an Edgewood defense tackle better? That was one of the points of emphasis in practice for them, like being a better tackling team, and now you're in 4th and 1, you're in your opponent's territory. Who needs to go ahead and worry about punting when you can go ahead and try for the first down?
Zion, Ellie. Oh, and the ball goes over his head. Robinson gets back, Watts gets back to get it, and that is a major turnabout. A poor snap gets over his head.
Yeah, and so I think, what we are seeing here, it's the fundamentals of the game that is going to dictate high school football. The fundamentals of taking a snap, making sure your eyes are locked in on the football. You can see right here, I don't think that was necessarily a bad snap. It wasn't the greatest, but you got to adjust and be able to make sure that you secure the most fundamental things, which is getting the football snapped.
1st and 10. Travers in the shotgun, back to pass early. Looks down the left sideline and completes it, but he is going to be inbounds.
Yeah, that was just an amazing job, number one, of protection. Cesar had a chance to survey the field. He literally went through his entire read and saw his receiver on the corner route and was able to complete a beautiful pitch and catch. They have some receivers. They have some opportunities to make plays for this ball club.
Michael Lee with the catch. And they're right back in the shotgun, and Travers is going to keep it this time. Hard run to the right side, out of bounds at about the 10.
Yeah, this is him getting to the edge, and again, you got to credit the contain. It's a small game, but effective. I mean, any coach worth their weight in salt is going to be happy with a 4-yard gain on first down. So it's second and manageable again, and you're in the opponent's red zone after a costly mistake by Joppatowne. So Edgewood is in a strong position now to put points up on the board.
Travers in the shotgun, has that strong arm. Clean snap, quick handoff, but nowhere to run for Torres. Absolutely nowhere to run.
Yeah, that is the pursuit that you're seeing from Joppatowne. I think if Joppatowne can kind of settle themselves down defensively, I think that there's some opportunities for them to make some plays in the backfield. And we can see right here, I mean, again, you're trying to just do a nice little fullback dive or tailback dive, but the play was stretched out. I mean, that was just an excellent job by Ashton Brown to get into the backfield and be disruptive.
Ashton Brown at St. Thomas doing a great job also. Travers drops it, picks it up, and now he's got some running room if he chooses to take it. Travers gets the first down without getting the touchdown, but they'll take it after a fumbled snap.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I mean, again, one fumble snap, it's a fourth down, and it's a turnover on downs. This fumble snap turns into something positive, and you get a first down, and now you get a fresh set of downs, and you're inside the 5. So this is goal-to-goal opportunity with a fresh set of downs.
First and goal for the Rams.
And you can just see here on this replay right here where, dropping the ball, but the poise that he has, and he just knows where to go and make something out of nothing.
Handoff inside, and nowhere to go for Jameer Torres.
Yeah, you're just looking at a team that is just determined to keep the Rams out of the backfield. I mean, that was really that was an intense up-front effort by the D-line of Joppatowne.
Edgewood threatening, handoff inside, tough yards, and he is in for the score, 6-0.
Yeah, nice little counter action for what we saw with the Rams, and Darius Fleming does an amazing job of just following right behind the center and guard for the touchdown.
Fleming finds pay dirt, and now they bring Krause in for the extra point. Holding for him is going to be number 20, Landon Miller, also a senior. You talk about talent. There are 6 former Joppatowne players who are now playing college football as we get a 5-yard mark off. A little too many men. Still early in the season.
Well, those are little mistakes that'll drive a coach nuts.
Snap, holds good, kick is up and healthy. No good, a healthy long kick, but wide left.
Yeah, that accuracy just a bit outside.
An unfortunate turn of events with the 5-yard penalty for too many men. Put him in a position where he focused too much on kicking it as opposed to putting it through.
Well, this is going to be interesting. I mean, I think for the Rams, they feel good about the fact that they got the ball on 4th down, and they had an opportunity to go down the football field, get into the red zone, fresh set of downs, and Darius Fleming's right there. You just see him piling it on in for the score. That's what you want to see on your opening drive if you're the Rams. Now, if you're the Mariners, you got to clean up some of the fundamentals of making sure you get the snap on 4th down so you can keep the drive alive. And I think that's really going to be the challenge for Coach Good and his ball club. Limiting the mistakes, taking advantage of the field position that they get from their talented skill position.
And the Joppatowne Mariners, their offensive coordinator, Caleb Myers, likes that fast pace. We're going to see if he stays with it. Squib kick this time, and it's bobbled around, and it's now smothered just outside the 16-yard line. Big difference this time with the squib kick.
I'm about to say, think about it. You kick the ball away, and the ball gets out to the 33-yard line, possible bigger return. Now you squib it. It causes the other team to have to really field it and make sure they secure it because it's a live football. Anyone can jump on it. And instead of being at the 33, you're looking at a 15-yard change of field position where now you're at the 16-yard line.
As we just saw the Edgewood band being joined by the Ravens, the marching Ravens. Great festival atmosphere. You get the mascot Poe here. Lots of giveaways. I saw a couple signed footballs. I don't know if Qadri Ishmael signed one for anybody, but maybe at halftime.
Yes, indeed.
Handoff inside, goes for a short gain. And here you see that no huddle.
Yeah, there's a legal procedure, actually. on the play. So, again, it looks like it's going to be some self-inflicted wounds. The decline in the penalty, and it brings up a 2nd and 10.
A host of Mariners in the backfield, and there's another flag. And they're going to illegal shift, it looks like, against the Mariners. Coach Good can't be happy with that.
Yeah, that's stuff that you got to work on in practice. You nail down. There's no big back and forth. When I say back and forth, it's the fundamentals of the game. I mean, there's no big effort to mentally lock in and just know what your formation is. That's a mental error.
Coach Good played his college football at Bethany College, which I believe West Virginia.
Yes, Bethany College in West Virginia. Division III school, very, very competitive school, and it's located in a very beautiful place in West Virginia.
Little jet sweep attempt, but that's going to go nowhere. And this Edgewood defense is stepping up big right now.
Yeah, that's called setting the edge right there. And you know, anytime, I guess you get a pep talk by Jadeveon Clowney, who he sets the edge perfectly for the Ravens defense, then you get inspired and you look and you recognize just what you need to do. I mean, that was just an all-out effort to contain that run.
And if you're Joppatowne, you have to be worried about this snap and getting this kickoff because you are in the shadow of your own goalpost. Clean snap, kick, almost. And look at Zion. Ely is the first guy down the field. Great return by Jameer Torres. Torres runs to the right side, gets it into Joppatowne territory. Edgewood in red, Joppatowne in white.
Zion's going to be kicking himself for that one. So basically, when you have a really good kick like that, I know at the same time when you see a guy like Jameer with the ball, I mean, punts up in the air, almost blocked. Okay, cool. Well, Zion is running down. He needs to come to balance right now. He didn't come to balance, and now you got a shifty runner like Jameer who is going to find some running room and get up the field for positive gain.
And right back to Cesar Travers. 349 yards passing coming into tonight's game on the season. Rolls left, and an easy pitch and catch for a short gain, but a clean catch by Michael Lee.
I think they're calling it incomplete.
Second down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think he didn't maintain control of the ball through the action of the catch as he navigated himself onto the ground. He dropped it.
Yeah. AKA he dropped it.
You got a bunch formation look.
Trips left.
Yep, that bunch is definitely a challenge for defensive backs, and that's going to be interesting formation to see how.
Oh, and they fake it, and Travers accelerates up the right side and gains about 15 on the play. That's going to give them a first down.
Very, very good when it comes to scheming. The formation was a strong side formation to Joppatowne's right, and basically Cesar did a little read option, saw the end crash down to his left, and was able to get a big gain. So you can just see right here, he's seeing the formation and just seeing in this ride and decide. He realized the end crash down, I got a chance to make a big play, and he did.
And they're right back to the shotgun. And handoff straight up for Torres right side. And he gobbles up a couple, if not more. Torres, he accelerates when he runs.
He does, and it's really cool to see. I mean, I think Torres is a guy that, you know, their team relies upon to get those chunk yardage plays and put it in down in distances where, you know, you can keep the drive alive, you can keep things going.
Play coming in from the sideline. I used to like the old Chip Kelly where he'd hold up signs and all kinds of weird stuff. These guys just use old school signals.
Yes, you're trying to decipher it all. This team, they use armbands, so every skill guy has an armband on that they use.
Tough over the middle throw. In and out of the hands of Michael Lee.
Yes.
That's a scary little place to stretch out for a ball.
Well, two things. One, that was a beautiful throw, right in knifing it between the defenders. I mean, you just see right here, just a nice, good read option, RPO. And literally his receiver, unfortunately, was just outside the stretch of his catch radius.
And Mekhi Belton, number 2, the safety for the Mariners, was prepared. He had his mouthpiece in and his chin strap buckled.
It would have been a collision of all collisions. Make a business decision. Do I catch it or do I not?
Same pass, identical looking result as your offensive coordinator, Ken Brinkman, for Edgewood. He likes to go back to things.
Well, I think what we're seeing there, this time as opposed to it being an RPO, it was just a line it up and look at the formation, and you're seeing it was a cover 2. In other words, there were 2 safeties back, and you're looking at your slot receiver running that seam route, and that seam route was there and available. I think for Michael Lee, he has to come up and make that play for his quarterback. It's a back shoulder throw, but that's something where you flip your hips and make the catch for your quarterback, and you're the hero.
Yep. 4th and 5 for Edgewood. See what offensive coordinator Ken Brinkman dials up. And a stoppage beforehand. They called a timeout.
Yeah, I think that
timeout by Edgewood.
Yeah, I think Edgewood is trying to get into that perfect play call. Probably saw something that Joppatowne was doing that they felt like, well, let's not rush things. Let's slow it up a little bit.
It's still in the first half. Timeouts aren't worth as much as they always are. Both teams get to their sidelines to calm down a little bit. So, Kadri, when I brought you on, All-American in 2 sports in college. Hey, what advice do you give kids when they talk to you about being multi-sport athletes?
So I think the biggest thing that you get from being a multi-sport athlete is your body doesn't get worn down by just doing a repetitive action in a particular sport, whether it be lacrosse, whether it be football, whether it be soccer or baseball. Playing the different seasons gives your mind a chance to be freshened and have a better understanding on how to play and play well.
Edgewood thinks they have what they want for 4th and 5. Travers back the pass straight down the right side and knocked away. That is a tremendous defensive play by Robert Martin.
Yeah, this is just a go route, a simple go route that's one-on-one on the outside, and you're talking about, you win. Go ahead, release off the line of scrimmage. I'm going to throw it up there, and you got to make a play. And he's a, big kid, and I think for, Mike Harris, they probably felt like they had a mismatch, but not so fast, because you are talking about 2 guys on the outside that can flat out cover. And we saw it right here. I think for Cesar, he could probably throw it out there a little bit further. However, we're talking about Kendrick Williams and Robert Martin. Both guys can play.
Yes, both D1 talents. And just like that, Joppatowne back on offense. Isaiah Robinson at QB. Inside handoff, very quick to Belton, and Belton gets around the outside for about 3 to 4.
Yeah, just trying to get that sweep action to the outside, knowing that they're plugged, and in being plugged up the middle, they want to make sure that they can get to that outside edge and get it in a good second down opportunity for them.
That second down comes pretty quick when you go no huddle. It is fast and furious. Still just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and we've seen a lot of downs.
Yes, indeed.
Both teams go fast.
Both teams. I mean, you're talking about just that no huddle action. But because of that, you also got to have ball security. It looks like it's a turnover on downs because of a fumble action. And we got a young man. Looks like number 12, Isaiah Robinson, got hurt on the play.
A little shaken up. That is not good news for Joppatowne. And Coach Good the third, he coaches with Coach Good Jr.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
How great is that to have your father on the sidelines with you?
Father-son combination, and I know that this is going to be interesting to see how they manage with Isaiah Robinson's injury. Know that he is an integral part of their offense.
Great view of that Ravens wall, the blow-up that they put at the end. This is just something. The Ravens are one of the great organizations in all of sports because of things like this. Edgewood pass, again, incomplete. Cesar Travers has a strong arm.
Cesar Travers has a strong arm, and Michael Lee has to have some hands that he can really just snatch the ball out of the air. I think that, for this offense to be successful, you need to have your receivers step up for you. That's his second play that kind of went through him, and I'm sure he's going to, look at himself and figure out how he needs to, just concentrate and play a little better.
Yeah. Focus.
Watch the ball all the way into your hands. Relax your eyes. Allow your peripheral vision to come into play is what I tell young receivers all the time.
Travers keeps it and rolls out the left side. And a classy move right there by Joppatowne's number 1, Daybrown Richardson. He had a chance to try and light him up, and you could see kind of one hand touched him out of bounds. So
it's smart.
A nice way to do it.
Absolutely. Good sportsmanship. I mean, you know it's a rival game, but you're not trying to purposely do anything that would harm another player. But this is where, again, I think for Joppatowne, the rush in, he's getting too aggressive, crashing down, and it's allowing for Cesar to get to the outside and get some strong runs. Critical third down. It'll be interesting to see what Ken Brinkman does, the offensive coordinator for the Rams.
4-down territory, if you ask, for my professional opinion.
Absolutely.
Kendrick Williams also doing a good job on the defense for Joppatowne. Shotgun snap. Travers steps up in the pocket, and he's going to get the first down and the touchdown. Travers in for the score on a 19-yard scamper.
That's a tough one right there. That really is. I mean, I think that's just Cesar being Cesar, and I think for Joppatowne, you're thinking you guys you have guys covered, but you also have to recognize your up front guys. We call it staying home, staying in the contained, staying in your lanes, not allowing there to be a lot of running room, and unfortunately it was. But Travers, he's such a explosive runner, and we saw it on that touchdown run right there.
You could see he saw the C part, and they're going to go for 2. Make up for that missed extra point. And you have to watch out for Zion Ely on any of these. And that one gets in. He is in for the 2-point conversion. So it's going to be a 14-0 lead for the home 3-0 Edgewood Rams.
Yeah, Edgewood, I think, they have been more disciplined with holding on to the football. Yep. The turnovers on the 2 drives that we've seen from Joppatowne has cost them 14 points.
Yep. Both times Edgewood got the ball inside Joppatowne territory, which added up to the mishaps. Squib kick or kick it away?
I'm squib kicking it. You're going to have to make a smart decision, because if I kick it away, it's not good. But you can see here again just the way in which Travers runs the ball, and of course it's just easy peasy for the 2-point conversion. Ken Brinkman, he's a former head coach up at North Hartford High School, spent some time over at John Carroll, and just does a tremendous job, I think, of coaching up his kids, making sure they understand their assignments, and putting them in a great position to win. He does a great job of calling the game.
Putting him in a position where, in the squib kick, you called that one, but it's gathered quickly on the 35 and all the way up towards midfield.
Well, you live by the squib and you die by the squib.
I don't think that's ever been said before.
This is a classic case of when you see what you do with a squib, if the other team can get it and make something happen, then you're putting yourself in a good position. Now you're in field position where you're well up
and
at your own territory.
Robert Martin is now in at quarterback for Joppatowne. So we'll keep an eye on Isaiah Robinson. But it's Martin who takes the snap, inside handoff, and stacked up a gain of about 2 for J.D. Logan. Another great job on there, Marquise Dobbins. Those are tough yards inside there against this Edgewood defense.
Yeah, they're not going to give up a lot. They do a really good job of playing a good assignment, gap sound football.
Straight run all the way, and it just bottled up a loss of about 3 that time for Martin.
Yeah, that's just amazing job of doing a contain for Keaton. Keaton just had that outside edge and wasn't giving up any ground. I mean, that's smart defensive football right there.
3rd and a long 11. Martin hands, doesn't hit it, fakes it. And he gets about 3 of it back. And the punt team comes in. Second time we've seen them.
Yeah, unfortunately, you go your hurry up, but you have to be strong at the point of attack on early downs. And when you can't do that, then you get into a situation for that long down, and now you're punting.
Edgewood is controlling that line of scrimmage in a big way.
Yeah, they're clogging it up the middle, but they're also doing a fine job with keeping contained and not allowing the Mariners to get to the outside edge and get a good gain of yards.
Tremendous punt inside the 20.
Yeah, going all the way down to what, the 14-yard line. That's valuable right there.
And of course, Zion Ely down there to down it. He's an athlete.
He certainly is. He's a fine young man who I think, the talent is evident for him, and he's such a disruptive force. They're going to need him, though, to be that disruptive force when it comes to stopping an Edgewood team that has gotten up on Joppatowne early in this ball game.
This Joppatowne squad was 11-2 last year, so they're accustomed to a nice comeback, but they need to find a way to, they lost 6 kids to college football from last year.
That's not a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing.
But you do have to reload, yes, absolutely, when you're talking about Joppatowne and this year's squad.
Travers with a handoff and a face mask call is going to come in. Darius Fleming with the rush, and he clearly got face masked.
Yes, unfortunately, that came down the pipe on him.
Here you'll see it on the replay.
I mean, I just think it's one of those cases where it was unintentional, but again, it is a face mask. You're trying to protect the runner, and as a defender, you're reaching to grab a hold of him. Unfortunately, your hand gets up into the face. Costly penalties, turnovers, all that can be a detriment to your team's success in getting the ball back.
That certainly changed the whole field position battle. And with Travers' arm, these defensive backs for Edgewood, as we like to say, like a kindergartner and a porta-john, they're going to have to keep on their toes. And just as I say that, the big sack comes.
Well, I think what we saw was, again, an opportunity to get up the football field, and Zion and company they were able to be disruptive and not allowing Cesar to get himself going and get to the outside. That was a good job of containing the explosiveness of Cesar.
Both teams like that hurry-up offense, and we're seeing it right now with 1:10 left. Still first quarter. Travers backs to each side of him, and he hands it off. No, he doesn't. A little RPO. And he gains a nice chunk of what they lost back and then some.
Yeah, he's just reading the defense, and he's done a great job of it. You know, he's going to ride and decide. If the defense flows with my backs and the action of the sweep, then I can pull it, and it's just a nice, beautiful quarterback dive up the middle. Ken Brinkman, again, doing a good job of scheming. You can see it right here where they're just riding it, deciding it, and number 4, actually, Mason Webb got out of his responsibility.
That
saw that? You saw that? Yeah.
I didn't see that live, but it's clearly great work by our camera folks. Travers in the shotgun. Run this time for Jameer Torres. And with 3.6 seconds to go, and that'll do it. First quarter is now in the books. The Ravens rise high school football showdown in Edgewood. Edgewood with a 14-0 lead over Joppatowne here at our in Edgewood.
Tap into the sports market with Corrigan Sports Enterprises. CSE has put on hundreds of events throughout its history, and we possess the tools to give your company exposure in the sports industry. CSE has decades of experience helping great companies like Care First, Pandora, New Balance, and Toyota to put their best foot forward in the marketing space, as well as provide spectacular event management. Bring your dreams from conception to fruition at CorriganSports.com.
Each week, Ryan Mink and Garrett Downing take listeners inside team headquarters to chat about all things Ravens, debate topics, and interview players who drop into the lounge. Listen and subscribe to the Lounge Podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeart, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Be sure to watch Ravens pregame live, presented by Caesars Sportsbook, before every Ravens home game, starting 1 hour before kickoff. Shelby Graniff, Garrett Downing, and Torrey Smith interview special guests and report live from M&T Bank Stadium. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, at BaltimoreRavens.com, or in the Ravens app.
Hey Ravens fans, subscribe to the Ravens official YouTube channel for analysis, interviews, press conferences, and exclusive Ravens Wired content.
Agent Zero, operator.
You can't get anywhere else. Visit youtube.com/Baltimore Ravens to follow and subscribe. The Ravens are searching for the first ever Purple Rising Community Athlete Award recipient. Nominate a female student athlete who is a leader on and off the field. Win game tickets, a VIP experience at the Ravens vs. Rams home game on Sunday, December 10th. To learn more and nominate a female student athlete, please visit BaltimoreRavens.com/Showdown.
A beautiful night here in Harford County. Booker Corrigan, Kadri Ishmael, bringing you the call on the Ravens YouTube network.
Woohoo!
Former Raven, Kadri Ishmael.
Super Bowl champion. What?
Super Bowl champion.
You know about that?
Oh, I know.
The ring is big. Shout out to Art Modell and Mr. Bisciotti.
Yes. I gotta tell you, it is one of the great organizations in all sports.
Indeed, yeah. Guys love playing for the Ravens organization, and I can second that.
Yeah.
I can co-sign on it.
Travers looking right, rolling right, and he hits Lee for the catch. And they once again have it going. They are a dangerous squad when they get things going.
Yeah, and I think for Michael Lee, he had let some slip out of his hands early in the game, but I think what we're seeing here is the fact that they trust him and they recognize his talent, and that was just a strong, solid catch to help his team move the chains. Puts it in a good 2nd and 4. That's just a great out route. Nice job concentrating.
Do the simple things well.
Absolutely. That's the sign of winning football. One of the reasons why this Edgewood team is 3-0.
Travers, straightaway handoff. And Torres bounces it outside, and they are gobbling up yards, almost 5 yards of play right now.
Yeah, and that's where I think you got to have a guy like Zion Ely be that disruptor.
Yes.
Like get into the backfield, cause a strip sack, a fumble of the ball with the runner. That's where this Joppatowne team is going to need a player to be disruptive and get the ball back for their offense.
And if you recall early in this drive, Edgewood did have the ball pop out of their hands, but they gathered it right back.
Absolutely.
Travers, shotgun, lone setback to his right, and he reads ride and decide.
Yes, indeed. A little ride and decide. As much as Ken Brinkman has a spread offensive attack, one of the things that he is known for is running the football, and he has just adapted the style of today's game to his love of running the ball and allowing the action of spreading teams out to make it easier for his guys to figure out who they got, get a hat on the hat, and get some strong runs on 1st and 2nd down.
Nothing wrong with it. Good technique block at Travers. Back to pass deep down the left side. Has a man, but he had a hand on him. That was Robert Martin on defense. Deep down the sideline.
Oh, there's a flag on the play, which I am kind of scratching my head because I am not so sure if...
And we'll see it
on a replay here.
It's Martin on Martin.
I mean, they're trying to go one-on-one on the outside. Both are looking back for the football. Let's see what they're calling.
He had his left hand on him.
They both were. Wow, that's robbery. I can see where. I guess for me, I'm looking at it from a collegiate/professional level, but at the high school level. Okay, fine. You want to make sure the guy is looking back and not interfering with the receiver's opportunity to get to the pass as well. So they were both looking back, but I think that hand in the way, and we'll see it right here. Ball's up in the air, and right there, that hand is preventing basically Jacob Martin from going up and making the play on the ball.
Robert Martin knocked it away with his right hand anyway, but lived to fight another day. Here's Travers, and there you go. There's the sack that we were looking for. And you can't be surprised with this defense.
Yeah, now that is a game-changing play. I mean, you have the pass interference, and you're now fighting against your penalty. They're in deep in your territory, but you come up and you get some penetration. I know they're trying to throw the ball down the football field and getting yourself an opportunity to go ahead and be disruptive.
Yep, and Zion Ely capitalized on that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've been waiting for him. See if this defense can get some momentum.
Dominant players, they recognize when to turn it on and when to have that value of being a disruptor.
Travers again back to pass left side. And now they call it again.
But see, now that's where you're literally grabbing on the receiver. You cannot grab the receiver. And I know, the coach is Coach Good is trying to let him know, look, calm down, do your job. But doing your job means for Robert Martin not grabbing cloth. If you want to play at the next level, you have got to be smart about your technique and trust your technique of your hands not grabbing the receiver and making it easy for the referee to throw the yellow hanky.
Yeah, the first.
Let him keep it in his back pocket.
Shot of Coach Good.
You're going to see right here, this is just a case where, they're throwing it up and they're going at you. But, see, once the ball was incomplete, it looked like he played good defense, but you're also seeing it where the referee, the side judge, was actually the one who threw that flag. He saw the way in which he was holding on to the receiver.
Right. That brings up a 2nd and 7. Travers shotgun. Straightaway handoff, bounced outside by Torres, and Torres tackled. Great tackle by Watts.
That's just one of those cases, Booker, where, all right, listen, all I know is we're just throwing the football up there, but I'm going to get back to my roots. I'm going to go ahead, have my guys, Ken Brinkman calling a great game plan. Let me just go ahead and run the football. They do off tackle, and they get a big gain.
And that gives them the first down.
They have opportunity to really look at the play from the sideline and take advantage of the play clock as well as the game clock.
And they've dominated the time of possession here in the first
Absolutely.
half. Handoff, Torres accelerates, and he is in. Touchdown. Jamir Torres with the score.
Yeah, Torres, wow, what just a strong run. It's an off-tackle counter action that when you see it, just a beautiful counter action, pull the guard around, a little power tray. Torres does the rest. Good play call, good scheme.
Torres came into the game with 303 yards rushing on 43 carries with 2 touchdowns.
Edgewood's asserting their dominance now, and
he missed it again.
I think
that was wide left.
Yeah, I think for outside of the extra points missed,
they're having a good half.
They're having a tremendous half, yes. And I think this is where, again, you look at Coach Good, and he's trying to build his program. He has some talented players, but again, there's details like fumbles. There's fumble snaps. There's snapping over your head. There's offsides. There's procedural calls. There pass interference. The bottom line is that there are plays that are happening that's not good because of self-inflicted wounds.
Another thing we talk about a lot with running backs, and you saw Torres right there, patient, wait for the hole to open. How do you teach a running back to be patient like that and allow the blockers to
set it all up,
their guys so you can run off their butt?
Absolutely. It does. It comes to the fundamentals in practice. You're going to have different periods in practice where that your run period, and you're going to talk about running the football. You're going to make sure that you have good understanding of patience and spacing and where the defense is going to be. And then when you see it on game day, that repetition turns into just rote memory and using your athletic ability to make a strong run.
Live by the squib, die by the squib. Right, Kadri?
Right, indeed. And I think this is a case where, you're looking at the squib go, but Tristan Terry did an excellent job of securing the ball and getting some good run up the field, good field position for Joppatowne.
And I think we have a flag down on the far side, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to be against Joppatowne. They are finding new and creative ways to shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, it's a sloppy penalty-filled half for them. You get the good field position, but you have a holding call on Joppatowne and
on a squib kick.
Do
you even have time to hold somebody?
Unfortunately, I mean that means that other guy, that means that Edgewood guys, they were sprinting down there and you weren't.
Yeah.
They were trying to get to it and you weren't.
And it's still going to be Robert Martin in at quarterback. Looks like Lamar Watts is split here to the right side, bottom of your screen, with a receiver even further outside of him. See if they let Martin throw it. No, they're going to rush it right up the left side. Gain, a nice healthy gain there. That's a good first down.
Yeah, that's a very good first down. And then you need something positive. So why not try to run it? You run it to your strong side. I mean, they got some good offensive linemen, good size, and now it's just an opportunity to grow on a good, positive first down run call.
And they have so many skill guys. You have to suspect that at some point, even though their starting quarterback has been knocked out, Isaiah Robinson, they're going to let Martin throw one, but not this time. And it paid.
Well, that right there, boy, I tell you what, you talk about, getting into the backfield and not allowing. I mean, that was just red shirts, just cruising into the backfield. That was really a good defensive individual effort. This defense has some talent, and they play really well.
I don't know what a herd of Rams is called, but that's who tackled him.
Yes.
Martin gets it, throws it quickly to his left.
Look at the red shirts around the football. That's literally outside of number 2, who's covering a Mariners receiver on the outside. The 10 other guys are rallying to the football. This is a tough one because you had good field position, but I think it's a prudent decision to go ahead and punt the ball away as opposed to giving it to them off of a failed fourth down attempt.
And they've also done a nice job punting the ball. Their punting game has averaged over 37 yards a kick with the rolls. See what they get here. A good roll. Nice, healthy visitors bounce.
Yes, indeed. That was a good punt. It shifts the momentum back into possibly your favor.
So you mentioned momentum. As a coach or as one of the leaders of the team, how can Joppatowne manufacture some momentum?
Yeah, I think, from a coaching aspect of things, I'm like, guys, we got to play better as far as being disciplined. No offsides, no holding, no pass interference. But then at the same time, I got to put them in good positions to be successful against this running attack for Edgewood. But then I'm also hoping that some of my leaders will get up in the face of other guys, hold each other accountable, and encourage each other to play better.
Yep. Encouragement. It's amazing what a high school kid will be able to accomplish when he thinks somebody believes in him.
Absolutely. I need my leaders like the Zions of the world to step up and make some plays.
Zion.
And right on cue, he goes ahead.
Now we got flags thrown and a nice tackle in the open field for a loss of what is 10 yards now, holding against.
Well, see, here's the cool thing about it. When you see that develop, again, what we talked about, coaches talking to their players, hey, we got to make something happen. But then players got to talk and put it upon themselves. And then at the same time, your leaders, they're the ones that have to really get it done. Zion was being disruptive. That allowed for the holding call to take place. And now you're looking at the hold, plus the tackle for loss. So it gives you even further advantage. This is going to be second and very long.
Second in a New York City block. And here's the replay. And Zion, being disruptive, he's downright insubordinate.
Excuse me, it's going to be a repeat of first down.
First and 20.
Country mile. All right now.
Travers. Quick handoff And nothing doing for Darius Fleming. One of those two-way players. So many of these guys play both directions.
Yeah, Ashton Brown just came down the line of scrimmage, shed the block, came down, closed the gap, buzzed his feet, made the tackle. Classic textbook high school football.
And when you say buzz the feet, what do you mean?
So buzz your feet, meaning gather yourself, get low, get your pad level low. You don't want to just run through and miss a tackle. You got to buzz your feet, get into a position where you can make a strong tackle. Close the gap allows you to not allow the runner to juke you.
Travers back to pass, and he is swallowed up by number 34, J.D. Logan, another sophomore. This defense is sophomore laden.
Yes, and J.D., wow, like he was determined. I think this is one of the better defensive stands by this Joppatowne squad. I mean, right away, you know, the block was a reach block, trying to get to his outside shoulder, and he kept leverage. JD did a great job of getting off of the blocker and really disrupting any kind of timing whatsoever for Cesar Travers.
Now it is third. It is third and a country mile. It's your Baltimore Sun Coaches of the Week. They went to Oakdale first, then it was Dundalk, and now it's Loyola Blakefield's Coach C wins it. Tom Abel 1-1, Kurt Stein 1-1. As Travers is back to pass and airs it out deep. He's got an open man, but he's out of bounds.
Yeah, he was out of bounds. I mean, he was waiting for that play to develop. I tell you what, though, man, talk about getting hit. Travers got hit hard, and you could see him jogging off the field gingerly. That was as good and as impressive of a defensive series.
Yes, and we talked about momentum, and all of a sudden it happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just like that.
You were that powerful. I didn't know you could do these things. Can you fix my voice for
I can. Get some Celtic sea salt.
I do apologize for the voice, folks, but you know what? I'm doing all right.
You're a disciplined, hardworking man. Your talents are in demand.
And they're going to punt it away from their own goal line. High snap. Ooh. And Zion almost got it. With it almost. Whoa.
So right there in front of the referee, you might be seeing a unsportsmanlike conduct personal foul call. We'll see what the ref decides, but a guy got slung to the ground, and I'm not sure if that's the thing to...
And Coach Good's bringing his guys in right now a little bit just to talk to them and really settle things down.
Yeah, settle them down, get them to realize, hey, we had a good defensive stance. We're going to get the ball back in good field position. Let's play our game.
Yes.
Starts up front. Can't have any disruptions up front. And then from there, allow our skill guys to do what they do.
And they do have skill guys.
Oh, yeah. I think the referees are trying to figure out what exactly is the right call. And
referee Carmen DeJohn Domenico taking his sweet time. A lot of conversation. I don't know if they're consulting with Judge Joe Murphy or not, but this is certainly a lengthy conversation. This is the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. And we have a hold against the Rams, and it's going to be first down. An interesting call.
Well, I mean, it's holding, but then it's slinging a guy down, and I think that slinging a guy down action to the ground is not necessarily the football play they're looking for.
And they're still talking it over. Make sure they spot the ball correctly. 3:53 to go here in the first half. Beautiful night for football in Edgewood.
Gorgeous night up here in Hartford County, Edgewood, Maryland, and just, seeing so many people out here. It's a beautiful night. The Ravens have brought out the band, the cheerleaders. Poe is here. Great atmosphere
Stands are full.
Yes, it is.
Stands are full.
Yes.
Some guys hanging on the fence.
Standing room only.
And here's Martin. Nice wide open player, and there you go. Joppatowne gets the touchdown that they needed so badly.
Absolutely.
Kadri, we talked about momentum, and somehow you did it. I don't know how. What a great play by Martin.
The ping pong match of high school football. You know, you get a couple stops on offense, you get a penalty from a special teams aspect of things. Your coach, he settles you down. Your offensive line, you protect. And look at this protection. I mean, he's able to extend the play just enough, and his receiver does an amazing job. Damian Brooks was, you know what? I'm gonna slip behind the defense. Defense got caught up looking into the backfield, and Brooks walks into the end zone.
Might call that a blown coverage. Direct snap to Martin, and he is jacked up. He is not going to make it in on the 2-point play, and there's some words exchanged.
But that was physical, and
now another flag.
Yeah, I think from a bigger picture of things, you got to be composed. And I think the coach is giving him an earful because he knows he just cost his team a penalty.
So you would call that penalty against Joppatowne? Or
well, the way the coach either is yelling at his player because he missed an assignment, or he's yelling at him, he missed an assignment, and there was some extracurricular after. So
they call it.
They call it actually. Okay, that's great. But I know if I am, the Joppatowne coach, of course, I want you to be smart. I want you to be fast. I want you to be tough. I want you to be disciplined, and I want you to play with character.
And let them make them.
That's some Coach Prime talk. Shout out Coach Prime, Colorado.
Coach Prime, you gotta love that. So
smart, tough, fast, disciplined with character.
We got a nice night here. You played your college football at Syracuse. How much did you like the Dome?
Oh, I was a fan of the Dome. Come on now. I mean, a fan of the Dome. The reason why is because up in Syracuse, this time of the year, it goes from summer to winter.
Yeah.
There is no in between. There is no, it's such a beautiful fall night. No, it ain't.
No, it's not.
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's going to be, it might be some lake effect snow. So we were glad to play up at then the Carrier Dome. We were really good in the Carrier Dome. We rarely lost.
And here's your kicker, Lamar Watts. A little short one. See if they handle it right. They do. Oh.
Tough run.
Yeah.
What an amazing play by Nasir Lee. Nasir, about, I'd say, 6-7 extra yards after contact for Nasir. That was as good of a run, and we got ourselves a battle of the cheerleaders. I absolutely love it. What an awesome back and forth. You love the competitiveness, not only on the field, but off the field. Well done by Joppatowne. Well done by Edgewood. The fans are certainly getting into it as well.
Yeah.
Just such a beautiful atmosphere. Great competitiveness.
As long as it just stays beautiful.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just competitive. There's nothing there. That's just two competitive teams showing their talents as cheerleaders.
Travers back to pass. Again, Martin on the coverage. And they really do like going to Martin against Martin.
And so it's so interesting because you got the coach on the sideline congratulating him, and then you also got the side judge kind of saying, hey, listen, he's good, but just keep your hands down. I'm going to keep my flag in the pocket, but you can't be that aggressive. So that was a good breakup.
Number 8 for Joppatowne, Robert Martin. He does like to put his left hand there and find the receiver. I think he plays basketball.
Yes.
You feel with one hand and you look with the other.
Got to be careful.
Whistles blow, flag on the far side.
Might be on Edgewood for potential. Yep. Got the legal procedure.
And here go the cheerleaders again.
Yeah, they're going back and forth. That is beautiful.
You can hear it. You can hear the crowd.
I love it. I love it. High school football at its finest.
We might need just a cheerleader camp.
I think the Raven cheerleaders need to
they might
come on over and referee it and see who wins the battle.
And here we go, 2nd and 15. Travers keeps, scampers to his left.
There's number 0.
Zion Ely. Get to know that name.
Incredible player, incredible athlete. I mean, you need to gain momentum. Once you gain it, you got to keep it. And then watch how he comes off the edge, fights through an easy, no-see-him block. And, man.
I was about as close to blocking him.
Yeah. I think Jameer Torres had a business decision. Do I go up here and block him or?
A career decision.
Yes.
Cesar
the competitive atmosphere here is just
it
wonderful.
Is. 2 schools fairly close in proximity.
Yes.
Travers drops straight back, steps up in the pocket, and he finds a man in the form of Jacob Martin. And Martin all the way down and gets the first down. What a play.
What a clutch play on an incredibly difficult down. 3rd and a mile.
Yep.
You get just enough protection, and then the cool thing about it, you're looking at Cesar hitting his guy in stride right between the numbers and allowed him just to turn and run upfield and get the critical first down. That was a huge momentum play for them.
And again, they go no huddle, 2:37 to go, first half. Booker Corrigan, Kadri Ishmael bringing the call. Straight up run and straight up tackle.
Yeah, Marquise Dobbins just came in and was strong with the tackle. Yeah, Dobbins looked the part when it came to, shedding the block and coming in there. That's again, you got to close a gap, you buzz your feet, and bam, you just make a strong play, and he did.
And you see all the players on the Rams squad looking at their wristbands. Play comes in, and they got plenty of time to operate with 2nd and 11. Travers rolls left and just throws it away.
Yeah, I would throw it away too. I mean, Zion, you got 2 guys blocking him, and he just literally splits both of them. And I am sure Cesar's like, oh God, he's coming.
He's
Let me get rid of it.
He's not a slow.
Not at all.
End.
Not at all.
And disruptive is perfectly accurate to say.
Yes, very disruptive.
I hope he's not that disruptive in science class, or he might have to go see Principal O'Shea Hennessy.
Oh, yep, that's right.
Straight snap, Travers back, screen pass, set up.
Oh, my goodness.
That might
talk about high school football at its finest.
That might be in SportsCenter's not top 10.
Exactly. How crazy is that? You have a scenario where the screen happens because why? Zion is so disruptive in the backfield. Let's look at this. You'll see Zion and company literally getting at Cesar. They set up a perfect screen play, but as the receiver goes to catch it, his own guy is literally underneath him, and he tackles him.
What's the block?
He's getting tackled by his own blocker.
There's a nice young fan enjoying the festivities tonight.
She's having the bounties of Friday night. The bounties of my sippy cup and whatever snack I had. Mother, take this towel. I don't need it any longer. I'm drinking my sippy cup.
Stay up late, sleep in late.
Yes.
Is the key.
The world is her oyster. Looks like the head coach over on the sideline is befuddled and not sure what to do. And they're bringing up a 4th down scenario, so it looks like they're about to punt it.
And it looks like they're going to punt away, but they have Travers as the punter.
They got.
And with 1:44 left, there's no reason not to throw it down the left side.
Yes. There might be a potential there, but they're punting away. Good call.
Gets it off out of bounds. Only took 6 seconds off the clock.
Well, I think, you're up 20-6. You just had a two bad series. I'm trying to punt it field position-wise. Let them go to the length of the field in 128. I'm going to trust my defense to make some necessary stops. We go into halftime 20-6. Let the momentum chill and let us kind of regroup.
And both teams kind of regroup a little bit.
Absolutely.
They did. Joppatowne found a way to snatch some momentum.
I think for Joppatowne, you had, like, again, your star players step up, and you didn't have the mistakes. I mean, that's what really led to the 20-6 on the scoreboard. It's the Edgewood Rams taking advantage of what Joppatowne, the Mariners, have been doing as far as their mistakes.
Martin hands it off inside run. Stuffed up pretty well. It's Lamar Watts with the run. Alfred Segby with the tackle, the senior. And they're going to try and go somewhat quickly, but they don't want to also go so fast. They give the Rams an opportunity to come back at them.
Absolutely. That's the advantage of having it deep in your opponent's territory.
Yeah.
Just a good, sweep counter action. You're getting it in another third manageable. This is a critical third down.
It looks like they're just going to let it go. If I'm reading the tea leaves correctly here, it looks like they're going to run this play. Hopefully not fumble.
Well, you have Isaiah Robinson back in. He was out for a while. He was nursing looked like he had a banged up shin, but he's back in, lower leg injury. Rush off the edge. You get through that second wave. He did. And
a hard hit.
Yep, and I think that might be targeting.
Yeah, that might be.
Yeah, that could have been leading with the helmet, crown in the head. You can't do that at any level.
And he was defenseless. I mean, he was kind of, knees on the ground already.
Yeah.
This would be an interesting call. I wish the referees had the ability to watch, one replay, but.
Well, I mean, obviously, the side official was able to see what kind of took place and threw the flag, so it'll be interesting. We'll take a look at it right here. That was just a good job by Lamar Watson right there. That's a targeting, and man, I mean, yeah, that looked helmet to helmet to me, which targeting, that's what the referee is calling.
By Nasir Lee.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
I didn't see an ejection symbol.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised they did not disqualify him from the contest.
Yeah. And that gives them 16.5 seconds with which to operate, and they're dang near midfield. Dadgummit.
You're dadgummit right. That's going to be something that hopefully the coordinator for the Rams recognizes and corrects. Something that you got to be smart about with your coaching.
Robinson back in at quarterback. Takes the shotgun formation. And Edgewood, deep safety. Two deep safeties, and Robinson's just going to run it. And a nice form tackle by Segby.
Yep, they just ran out the half, and that is the half. Yep, that's halftime.
I don't know what the confusion could possibly be. That's halftime.
Yep.
Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown is something you want to be a part of. And it is 20-6. Edgewood defending their home turf. Halftime. And a great high school football night.
It's easy to be a brotherhood when things are going well, but I'm struck more from the periods of adversity.
Follow your heart right from the start, holding true to your dreams even when it seems hard.
What a day, what a day, what a day! What a day!
Big feet.
Let's go, baby.
Big feet.
Let's work.
There is so much more that you can do. Keep dreaming, and it'll come to you.
Justin Tucker's foot into the ball, and we are underway in Baltimore. Blitz pressure coming up the middle. Minshew backpedaling, hit and sack! Kyle Hamilton with his third sack of the half. Darts his way to the 5, sidestep the man! Touchdown, Ravens!
Wow, what a run! What a run!
When you take that field, who believes in you the most? Make that person you. Continue to be your toughest critic and continue to be your own biggest believer. That is a formula that is hard to beat.
Let's go! Let's go!
Chasing perfection right there, and that's how you continue to become great, okay?
Dream on. Yay! So this book is called I Dream, You Dream, Let Us Dream by Lamar Jackson. Turnaround was pretty crazy.
Touchdown, Ravens! Steps up, lobs to the end zone, intercepted. Zay Flowers reaches up and makes the catch. Touchdown, Ravens! Throw a sack! A brilliant over-the-shoulder grab. He's got a first down. The Hayes in the barn.
Dreams are great, big or small. No matter the size, you can have them all.
Got into the community the next day, and it felt good, you know what I'm saying, giving the kids little books, and I'm letting them pick and reading to them. It was a great time. They're awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Working with the Ravens as partners, we've been able to secure over 130 sites throughout Central Maryland. This is a true reflection of it takes all of us working together to help the neighbors and the neighborhoods they call home to see more positive change happening.
Hey, dude. Hey, dude.
We got some chicken tenders with some spaghetti. You know what I mean?
1, 2, 3.
I'm going to win this. I'm going to win this. I feel like sometimes we can get caught up in football is everything, and it's a big part of our lives, but at the same time, we got to make time to give back and understand that the world around us is bigger than ourselves, and Baltimore gives so much to us on a day-to-day basis. It is only fair for us to come out here a couple days a week and do what we can in the community.
Oh, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thanks for allowing us to do this with you today.
What's your name?
Malik, what's your name? Mia, nice to meet you.
Hard work, and then I would say effort. You know, like that's something that really can't be measured by men.
Find a way to be helpful. You know, find a way to contribute to your community in a meaningful way, and something that you know might be close to your heart. Just find it and do it.
It's important to us because, you know, this is Baltimore. This is a place where, you know, the fans really like love and appreciate us, and so the least we can do is to give back for them.
Dream on. Yeah.
All right, we'll get rolling here, guys. We'll get rolling. Let's have a fun day today, man. Let's have a fun day today. Doing what we love to do and what we're great at, all right? This is the most awesome blessing of all, is that we can get a lot better, right? And we all see it. So just make the most of that. Think growth in everything you do, and we'll roll. All right, just a couple questions here. I think these are cool questions, all right? So just think about this 1 second. Just give it one thought. When you review your performance, when you do it, like when you do it, okay? When you do it, you look at your tape. Or you look at the tape. And the coaches look at the tape, and other players look at the tape. Who's your toughest critic? Who's hardest on you? All right? That's awesome. Next question. When you take the field between the lines, Patrick Queen, when you walk out there between the lines, you got people love you, people support you, coaches coach you, want to see you do well, people who believe in you, people who believe in you and help you believe in yourself, right? When you take that field, who believes in you the most when you walk out there? You guys agree with that? Right? Make that person you. Man, continue to be your toughest critic and continue to be your own biggest believer. All right? That is a formula that is hard to beat. That is the formula. Chasing perfection right there. And that's how you continue to become great, okay? You guys already do it. Just want to encourage you to keep that mindset going. All right? Anything else, Megan? All right, ready to roll.
All right, man, here we go. Are we ready to roll? That's beautiful.
outside linebackers and D tackles are in one room together. I think that just brings everybody to be on the same page when it comes to the pass rush plan on third down, early second downs, and stuff like that. I think it just brings more team camaraderie and just everybody having each other's back, being able to trust each other. If we trust each other in the classroom, trust each other in practice, we're definitely going to have a chance to trust each other in the game.
Let's have a great Thursday, all right? Let's fly around, let's be sound with our execution. Remember what we talked about on Monday, right? I told you, amateurs practice till they get it right, professionals practice till they can't get it wrong. So make sure we're locked in on all of this third down stuff, continuing with our first down stuff.
I write everything down that I know that it can relate to me in the game. Writing down notes, asking questions, finding ways to get better in pass rush, ways that can be cleaner, just coordination and just knowledge of the game.
See, he threatens him. Look what he does. He threatens him here. As soon as he gets threatened, he's going to show his hands. That's where the foot freeze is, and your approach, the angle you take, was going to help. Again, it's not about them. It's about us. We know what we can do. Nameless faces. Our rush moves translate into any kind of offensive line we go against.
They're trying to score on you. They're trying to run it down your throat, and it's upon you to either you want to take that or you're going to do something about that. So we're bringing that dark side, you know what I'm saying, that Raven dark energy onto their offensive side to stop everything they're trying to do.
The reason he got flat backed in here is not because he's got so much power. Look what the movement does right here. It's already over right now. Look at his footwork. A little wiggle goes a long ways, but we got to be disciplined enough to do it. It's easy to visualize when we're watching film, but when we get on the field, when we're dead tired, do we do it?
I'm right here. I'm looking up here.
Lamar, you ready? Let's get this started. Hey, Lamar, people will call the Colts between all of these division away games that you have to play a trap game. How would you respond to that?
We just got to go out there and play Raven football. That's all, just be locked in. Still, it's early in the season. Guys shouldn't be on no high horse or feeling like they're untouchable, unbeatable. You know, we need to go in there focused because it's, like I said, it's an NFL team and those guys want to win as well.
I think a fast start is something you always want in a game. That first quarter score, that execution on both sides of the ball is critical, but defensively, they can really dictate this game. They can determine it being played on the Ravens' terms if they're getting after whoever's playing quarterback for the Colts.
I think we have a mutual understanding right now, kind of a vision for how we want to approach wins and losses and everything else in between. You know, we talk about that. It's not just all of a sudden we've got to come up and say, hey, we won a game, now what? You know, this is something that we're here together every day, you know, and it's 1 week at a time. You got to be 1-0 every week, and that's what we're trying to do. And really 1-0 every day, 1-0 every drill, period, play. That's what we shoot for.
It's just back to work. We celebrate the win because it's hard to win in this league. The next day is back to work and starts today. You know, having the game plan for the Colts. We already know what's ahead of us 2 weeks from now, but we just take it one day at a time and just keep our poise and just focus on the next thing.
I believe, like I said before, the sky's the limit for our team, but we started 2-2, like 2019, we went 14-2. So I really can't determine where the team gonna go. You know, we just gotta stay locked in and stay laser focused, but with all the guys we got, the sky's the limit for us.
I think that's what we come out here and do every day at practice. We did it all throughout camp. All the guys are on the same page. We're all got great chemistry right now. Just everybody loves each other, everybody playing for each other right now.
It's easy to be a brotherhood when things are going well and when there's big plays made and you see everybody's excitement, and we get the window into the locker room with some of these post-game speeches and moments. But I'm struck more from the periods of adversity. There haven't been a lot of moments of adversity in only 2 games, obviously, but you've seen flashes of it. And I think that's something that you lean on more over the course of a 17-game season and into the playoffs than how excited guys get for one another in moments of success.
I am making cupcakes and treats for any of the guys on the team that are close to Kevin in the locker room or close to Kevin in the meeting room. I feel like I've just always loved baking. This year I made something every single day for training camp that I was there. And the guys loved them. I'm doing red velvet cupcakes this week because they are Nelson Aguilar's favorite. We were out to dinner at the same place the other day, and he came and introduced himself to me and was saying all these nice things about Kevin and talking about how he loved the treats that I made for training camp. And so I asked him what his favorite treat would be, and he said red velvet cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. So made them for him last week, and he obviously had a really great game, so now I'm gonna make them every week. These are Oreo cupcakes because Kevin doesn't love red velvet, so I figured I should make something Kevin likes because he's who I started doing this for. The first thing I made Kevin was a layer of brownie, a layer of caramel, and a layer of brownie. This was before we were dating. This was when I was still trying to, win his heart over. And after we started dating, I found out he doesn't like caramel, so. I love cooking and baking. He loves eating, so it works out. I stress out a lot during football season, so I feel like baking helps me keep my mind off of all of the crazy things that are happening on the football field. Obviously, I can't go out there and play football. I can't go out there and take the hits, take the injuries. So I'm like, what can I do to make his work life better? And the one thing I know is cooking and baking. So I just bake this stuff to hopefully help make his day a little better, help make the guys' day a little better. If they're having a rough day, it's something to look forward to during the day.
First of all, she gets 100% of the cupcakes because red velvet cupcakes with cream cheese frosting is my favorite. And she gave me a big old batch of them. And honestly, I'm grateful for Zeit and Miss Zeit.
Set, go. Pull the flag, pull the flag, pull the flag, pull the flag.
We are here in beautiful Frederick County, Maryland, in Frederick City at Frederick High School for the inaugural Girls Flag Football Kickoff Classic. The day is here. We have all 10 of our high schools competing, 5 sets of games going on, and it's nothing but fun and excitement here in Frederick County.
Hey, good job, ladies, good job. Good job. Good work. Good work, good work, good work. Hey, we're on defense now.
Really impressed with the girls. We've been at it for about 3 or 4 weeks now, and you figure the sport of football is really complex. From where we started to where we are now, we've light years ahead because a lot of these girls have never played football before. The athletic ability is tremendous. These girls are athletes. It's great to be out here. The Ravens have done an outstanding job of bringing this sport to Frederick County, and we're kind of like pioneers for this, and we want to make sure that we do a good job so this becomes a statewide sport, because all around the country this is the fastest growing sport right now, and it's just exciting to be a part of it.
It's always good to get the first one. Family on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I grew up in Frederick County. I'm a graduate of TJ High School. I would have loved to have this opportunity. I personally love football. I grew up playing football with all the boys in school, so I think it's just been a lot of fun for the girls. It's a lot of learning. I wanted to do it because it's like, why not be part of something, different? My sons, I have 3 sons, and they all played flag football. It's a fun sport to watch, and I think it's just a great opportunity for girls to try something new.
It was good. It was definitely stressful at first, a little anxious, had to get the jitters out. First real flag football game, definitely different than our scrimmages, a lot higher intensity. It was just a lot of fun.
Great effort today, ladies.
Back here at Edgewood, Booker Corrigan, Kadri Ishmael. And I'll tell you what, Kadri, I was watching the girls' flag. Paige White can play quarterback for my team anytime. There's some athletes right there.
Competitive. It's awesome. It's just amazing how they played.
And just like the rug ties the room together, halftime highlights and stats tie the game together. Let's take a look at how we got to this 20-6 score. It was Edgewood, Edgewood, Edgewood all day.
Well, you have to capitalize off of turnovers, and they did just that. They got down deep into Joppatowne territory, and you can just see where Ken Brinkman, the offensive coordinator, kept it simple. Go ahead and just get some power football right up the middle. You had some window dressing with some movement action, but it's just power football. And then you can just see where you got a guy like Caesar Travers, like, there's no one down the field that's open, therefore I'm going to make a play. And you just see right here his athletic ability and his acceleration to find the end zone. That really is something that separated them. And of course, you talk about a good, strong run off the end. Well, you drive down the football field methodically, you give it to your back, and just good up front line play that allows him to get into the end zone for the score. But not so fast. Joppatowne, of course, they had their answer as well. It was an awesome drive down the football field after a strong defensive stop, and that's where you saw Damian Brooks get into the back of the end zone, wide open. Yep. Easy touchdown for Joppatowne.
Joppatowne saying it with their chest. We'll be back for the second half. Got to get a little love for my man.
On October 28th, come experience a brand new race. Featuring a scenic course through the boardwalk and Assateague Island. Run through our unique course and enjoy our post-race party, featuring Michelob Ultra, Hoop Tea, and Food Lion refreshments. Don't miss our one-of-a-kind oyster medal and high-quality runners premiums. Register now at ocrunfest.com.
The Ravens are searching for the first ever Purple Rising Community Athlete Award recipient. Nominate a female student athlete who is a leader on and off the field. Win game tickets, a VIP experience at the Ravens vs. Rams home game on Sunday, December 10th. To learn more and nominate a female student athlete, please visit baltimoreravens.com/showdown.
Experience the thrill of the Baltimore Running Festival. Join us on October 14th and journey through the heart of Charm City. Over our first 20 years, we have created great memories, incredible accomplishments, and lifelong friendships. We have the perfect distance for every runner to conquer, from the Full to the Curio Wellness 5K, the Pandora 10K, and of course, the Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield hat. All of our runners will receive a top-notch Under Armour Runner's Premium. Go to thebaltimoremarathon.com and register today.
For 10 weeks during the regular season, the Ravens will honor a high school coach who has made a significant impact on a student athlete. This award is in its 26th year of existence. All 10 Coach of the Week winners receive a $2,000 donation to their school's football program and will attend a Ravens home game at M&T Bank Stadium in December for an opportunity to be named the Ravens High School Coach of the Year.
Great to be back here with the second half impending. But, you watch that ad about the Baltimore Sun and how they do the Coach of the Week and the Ravens are involved again. I said it a couple times in the first half. The Ravens are one of the great organizations and franchises in all sports. I know they're not, worth $7 billion like the Cowboys or the Yankees. But kids want to be there. Players want to be there. They put up a great atmosphere, and you were a part of it.
Well, I think this is a first-class organization, and so goes the head, so goes the rest. The way in which you look at Stephen Bisciotti and how he purchased the team. He's a Baltimore person. He's has his roots here, and he wants the team to represent him and represent what Baltimore and the greater Maryland area is all about. And it is that awesome tradition of excellence that infiltrates throughout the organization that we are here now being able to be in Harford County, Maryland, showcasing high school football.
Steve Bisciotti might be one of the best and most appropriate owners in all of sports in that he exists. He's not invisible.
Yes.
But he also doesn't get in the way.
Yes.
Nice little pooch kick, and the second half is underway.
Well, I think successful people surround themselves with others that are smarter than them and experts in their areas, and they foster an environment to allow them to flourish. And I think that's what we're seeing with, the Ravens as they do their thing, whether it be, the Ravens Rise in this high school event, or them traveling to Cleveland and taking on the Cleveland Browns this Sunday.
Or traveling to London.
Traveling to London in a few weeks. That's going to be quite the adventure, taking on the Titans.
It is going to be Edgewood ball. They are in red. Joppatowne in white. And it is Cesar Travers in the shotgun. Straight up the gut to start the half. We can tell what the message was at halftime for the Rams.
I think for Ken Brinkman, who is the offensive coordinator for the Edgewood Rams, his philosophy is, be physical at the point of attack. And I think, it's good for his offensive linemen to eat. Let them eat. Let them go out there and be physical and be downhill. And you got the skill guys, and that sets up other things. That sets up opportunities for big plays.
Travers with Torres behind him. Torres over 300 yards rushing on the season, and a quick pass to the outside to Martin. And he jitterbugs for the first down.
So that is set up because you run the ball so well. You got to, commit to the run. There's going to be some soft coverage on the outside, and that soft coverage just led to a nice little hitch route. That's that pitch and catch. I loved the hitch when I was in my time at Syracuse. We would, just go out there, get 6-7 yards, and boom, turn around, dress your shoulders to the quarterback, catch the ball, and now you get upfield and have many a big play off of a hitch.
I would say Edgewood breaks the huddle and comes up to the line, but they don't huddle.
No, they have a system where he's getting a call off of his wristband, and he's relaying that call out to his receivers.
Travers left side. He likes this left side. He's got Martin, and he came down out of bounds. That is a good call by the official. Great catch.
Yeah, that was a really solid catch, but never ever in the history of football at any level was there a completed pass out of bounds.
Well, sometimes they miss a call. But yes, in this instance, they were perfect. His left foot came down just about 4 inches outside the line.
Yeah, it's man-to-man coverage on the outside. He had the defender beat. But, when he went to secure the catch, he basically put his foot on the out of bounds and wasn't able to complete the play.
They take their shot, 2nd and 10.
It's a good shot to take. I think if the quarterback could have led him a little bit more in bounds, that would have been an opportunity for a potential touchdown.
Travers with Torres to his right. Watts in motion, gets a little flip, and that is stuffed.
Ooh, that goes down as a pass. That's a little flip action to ignite a jet sweep, but that's like a little forward pass, and unfortunately, it goes for no gain.
Yeah, no gain at all.
Goes down in the stats as a completion that went for 0 yards.
3rd and 10, first drive of the second half. And it is a beautiful event here tonight in Edgewood. Travers shotgun, looking down that left side, gets handled, and now Zion Ely. I'll tell you what, he is a big man. It's got to be jelly, because jam don't shake like that.
I tell you what a tremendous player. And when you need to make a play, you got to have your big-time players step up. There was a lot of pressure there. And number 0 coming off the edge to finish it off with a big sack.
Now, Edgewood forced a punt. See how that evolves. Kick is away. And it's going to go out of bounds just outside the 20-yard line. and they're trading some field position to start the half.
Yeah, and this is good. This is what you want. You want that opportunity to be in a good, strong position to, you make a play, and now special teams wise, you don't want to hurt yourself. You just want to be in a good position to not only make that play, but then get the ball back with good field position.
First opportunity this second half for the Mariners. And big number 75, Elijah Wynn, leads him out onto the field. He's been down in those trenches all day. High snap, handled, and a nice run to the outside on the right, gains 3. And that was Lamar Watts. And again, Joppatowne, no huddle.
Yeah, Joppatowne is going to get into that no huddle, and they're going to force you to call some quick defensive plays, and you're hoping that you make the right assignment call for your team.
Robinson throws it into quadruple coverage, and it's knocked to the ground.
Yeah, I tell you what, I would have. I'm a receiver. I'm like, well,
yeah,
be careful.
Damian Brooks, the guy intended that time.
There was a lot of red around that ball.
Was. Inside handoff, and some nice moves by Belton. A physical runner, as described by Coach Good.
Yeah, and I think just what we see from that play there, they went the route of being conservative. They probably wanted to, have that other play, the prior play on third down or on second down, be a completed pass, be able to move the chains, but they didn't, and now they're forced to punt the ball back to Edgewood.
Guy McDaniel prepared to punt it away for the Mariners. Slow snap, and how that wasn't blocked, I don't know. And another amazing bounce. I tell you what, he knows how to get roll.
Yes, he does. There are a couple of different ways to get the ball off the foot. I know Sam Cook, the former Ravens punter, he had some 76 ways to punt the ball, and right there I'm sure he could learn a few things from that punt. That was a great punt. Awesome roll to get it deep down into the Edgewood territory for the Joppatowne Mariners to figure out how to stop them and use that to their advantage.
They certainly have done a nice job of late. They got off to a slow start defensively. Zion Ely lined up as a defensive end on the right side. He tends to play that wide side because he can set the edge as Travers gets in the shotgun with 2 men in the backfield. Straight run and gains a couple to 3.
Yeah, again, you're in control. Score is 20-6. Your momentum is solidified. You just can't do anything that would harm you. When I say harm you, as far as a turnover or something along those lines, you're deep in your territory. Run the football.
Run it out.
And when it's time, take your shots.
Yep. And they did on the last drive.
Absolutely. Just couldn't connect.
Out of bounds by a half a foot. And here's Travers again. Cesar hands it off. Second back. And he is stuffed. Woo!
That's one of the times where you're seeing those white shirts around the football, that pursuit, that rallying to the ball. That's what you need. You don't need 1 or 2 guys to the football. You need a gang tackling effort. That's where you start to assert your dominance and intimidate the other team.
And you certainly know a little bit about that because you played on a team at the Ravens that had a
greatest defense to ever step on the field.
Fairly good defense. Comparable to the 1990 Philadelphia Eagles led the league in, they were number 1 against the pass and number 1 against the rush. And then, of course, the 85 Bears.
Well, yeah, you could have all that.
The 2000 Ravens.
But the 2000 Ravens was number 1. So you can compare them.
They won the Super
underneath.
Bowl.
That's exactly right.
Great little screen pass. They tried that late in the first half, and they completed it this time. And that's a big first down.
Yeah, that's a huge first down. Why? Because of the rush upfield, the aggressiveness to counteract that aggressiveness. You throw in a screen pass behind the rush coming at you. You execute it well, you get a first down.
And they executed their first screen pass well. Their lineman just made a nice tackle.
The lineman made a perfect tackle.
He really did. He really did.
Yes, indeed. This is where Joppatowne has to kind of draw the line in the sand and say, not today.
Yes.
Create a turnover or get a tackle for loss.
1st and 10 for the Rams. In their home red, Joppatowne road whites, and a sprint up the field. Talk about, look at my baby's muscles, Hercules, all the way to the house. He's got reservations for 6.
What an amazing open field display of talent. Torres for 6.
That is something.
Jameer Torres, just awesome job. Gets the off tackle, pull the guards, great blocking up front, and I mean that's just good, strong open field. Little whoop whoop.
I'll tell you what.
Step to the inside and makes a guy miss, and he goes in for the score.
If it were two-hand touch, he would have gained 45 yards on that play.
Amen.
Talk about good blocking. They're going to go for 2, and they have 4 receivers split wide left, 1 to the right. Little screen, flag thrown, and he didn't make it.
No, he did not.
He didn't make it. So, and I think the flag is the formation.
Yeah, probably one of those things where you practice it all week. Yeah. One guy wasn't paying attention, and now you got a legal procedure or a legal formation.
Ooh, and we have a guy down for the Rams, which we don't want to see. So that is Torres, it looks like.
I think that is Torres.
And they decline the penalty, so it'll stay 26-6.
Well, the try is no good, so.
Yeah. And we have a timeout on the field as Torres is down 26-6. Ravens rise. High school football showdown from Edgewood, and this is a treat of a night.
You know, this might be the last time I'm gonna play football. You know, I started playing football in high school, you know, and that's where I got my dog in it. So for y'all, like, take this for like what it is, man. Go out there and really try to be a dog out there and beat them boys over there. You know, they don't got y'all. They don't got what y'all got. For. And if you take it like that, you're gonna be thrashing. You know, do everything you can to make this, you know, meaningful. Look at that dog. You hear me?
And we see in the far side of your screen, that is Torres coming off the field under his own power. Mm-hmm. Jameer's done a fabulous job all night.
Sometimes you just need a little bit of a break after a big run. You lay it down on the ground and ooh.
That was a full-on 70-yard scamper.
Yes.
Kraus, a somewhat of a pooch kick, but it's going to be returnable, and it is returnable. He's got some room. No flags that I can see, and he is all the way into Ram territory, taken down at the 40-yard line.
Fabulous, fabulous job.
Great return, good blocking, And that's where they go with the pooch.
You live by the pooch, you die by the pooch. Let's get a little poochy, because number 15 deserve all the flowers. Billinger Bay.
Taekwon Billinger Bay. Nice run by him.
Yes.
Gutsy.
Yes.
And they come right out, right into the shotgun.
Trips to the right side. Single receiver to the left.
Robinson in quarter, and they got a screen set up in the middle of the field, and that's going to be Watts. And he's got a first down.
That was a good called play. Good formation, spread the team out. The defense, that's where, from a scouting aspect of things and a defensive coaching aspect of things, the defensive coordinator has to be better with his understanding of football. Allow his guys to be in a better position to make a play.
Robinson shotgun. Fresh set of downs. Big rush coming, almost picked off. And that's going to be incomplete. Wow.
Yeah, that was Alfred Sigbee, and you talk about Sigbee being in the right position. That's a great individual effort. You got to have some guys that have a sense for the ball and, know how to make a play, and certainly right there. I mean, the momentum is clearly in Joppatowne's favor. A little sprint action, but he just goes ahead and runs through the offensive player and knocks the ball away. Good pass defense.
Straight out, straight into the shotgun. Robinson adjusting a little bit. Takes the snap. Looks right. Has a man breaking to the inside, and he takes it. Wow.
Well, a few things on that. A few things on that. One, you're talking about just a beautiful throw to knife it in there. I mean, that's Kendrick Williams.
First down.
You're also talking about Kendrick Williams having that courage to know that you're going to get hit, but you're going to take it for your quarterback. As two guys just went up in there, tried to dislodge the ball from him, but Kendrick Williams, excellent job of.
Then you talk about courage. He's committed to go to West Point, so it certainly fits.
So there's some fire out there that he's familiar with, and he's going to be ready for West Point.
Yeah. Hopefully West Point will be ready for him.
Yes.
And they've done a nice job putting players to be in the position to be the best version of themselves.
Mm-hmm. Tremendous opportunity.
It's one of the true arts of coaching, is finding a way to get a kid to be the best version of himself.
Yes.
And the other thing is to see a kid for what he can become, not what he is right now.
Amen. I think that's where, at the high school level, what separates good coaching from average coaching. It's whether or not you can really develop those young players and fully see their potential and help them see what they can't see. Sometimes guys need that little bit of encouragement. And I think that's what you see from the head coach on the Mariners, where Coach Good is recognizing, hey, I'm developing talent, I'm developing players. I want them to stay here in Joppatowne. They don't have to go necessarily the private school route. Let them come here and have a good football experience.
And you say that, their star player, as we get the touchdown for Joppatowne. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, so that's just a beautiful job of Debron. No, I apologize. That's Damon Brooks again. Damon Brooks goes ahead and runs a slant route, does an amazing job of being disciplined with his route, crossing the defensive back's face. The quarterback hit him right in stride.
Yep.
Hit him right in stride, allowed him to just run on into the end zone.
They got the motion to the right, takes a little bit away, cut right. You're exactly right, Cadre. He cut right in front of the defensive back's face.
Done it once or twice.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Check the films to see if you did. I have a feeling 100 or 200 times the two-point conversion fails. Ooh. They have not been able to get those.
Yeah, that's costly. They don't have a guy that kicks extra points, so you have to rely upon the two-point conversion. But
and just muscle it in there.
Yeah, that's 4 points off the board.
Yeah. Zion Ely would be my running back, and I would hand it to him and say, Zion, 2 yards.
He would be my lead back.
Yeah.
And I would have some level of a quarterback sneak action.
Yeah. You're too young to remember, but William the Refrigerator Perry scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
No, I am not too young. I was there. I watched it as a little kid. Remember watching the Refrigerator. But his brother was amazing. Michael Dean was an amazing defensive player. He was, I think, Defensive Player of the Year. Played for the, I believe it was the Cleveland Browns as well. Michael Dean.
The Fridge.
Yeah, they were quite the family. Awesome, awesome human.
The Fridge. Mariners set to kick it off. And the Edgewood Rams with two phenomenal athletes deep.
Mm-hmm. But will they kick it deep?
No way. Not a chance.
Let's pooch it.
Oh, the beautiful pooch. And it's fumbled. There it is.
You live by the pooch, you die.
They just lived by it.
Yes, indeed.
And that'll go down as an onside kick recovered
Desmond
by
Benjamin.
Good old number 10, Desmond Benjamin. Just a junior.
Desmond, he recognized, hey, might not be one of the key contributors on offense or defense, but I can make my presence felt on special teams, and he certainly did there.
I can dive on a ball.
Yes. Perfect execution of the pooch. Perfect execution.
Straight to the shotgun for the Joppatowne Mariners. Straight up the middle, incomplete. I like this new attack that they have.
Isaiah Robinson, that's like the third slant route. So they're seeing what the defense is, giving them. There's holes in the defense, and yet at the same time, he didn't set his feet and make a good throw, but that was a throw that he could have, should have had. He'll learn from that, and he'll be better.
Robinson, just a junior. Robinson with running backs to each side. And a handoff to Watts. And he will ground.
That's the old back in the day counter trade.
And that was Belton, excuse me.
Yeah,
the gloves.
Go ahead and block down, and then you allow for your tackle and guard to pull. And yeah, you're trying to get the big dogs out in front of you.
After the that was a man breaking free, Nasir Lee.
Yeah, Nasir Lee, he's quietly had a good game. He's made some game-changing type plays, and that was one of them.
He also had that big hit at the end of the half.
Absolutely.
Drew a flag.
Yep. This is really just timing it up, and I have no idea if the back or the tackle were supposed to have him, but all I know is there was a miscommunication. He did not care. All I know is I'm going to the quarterback. Lee was able to make him
untouched. Another punt that gets away, and a nice spin move by number 22, Anton Powell.
Yeah, Powell did a good job of concentrating and recognizing a guy the likes of Zion is coming down at me. But he was poised, and he did a good just spin out of it, and because of that spin, got a couple of extra yards and held on to the ball.
Powell also one of the leading tacklers for the Edgewood Rams with 15 tackles coming into the game tonight. So he's back returning punts. Does a lot of guys doing everything for these teams.
Absolutely.
Rams ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, 21-yard line. And the no huddle. We call it no huddle, lots of wristbands.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
Their offense.
Absolutely.
Picking and choosing his hole. And I'll tell you, they're gobbling up yards in the middle of the field.
It's a big, strong run by the bigger fella. Yeah, he is every bit the size, and Darius Flemings, we saw him earlier score. They went right back to the big guy.
Yeah.
I think Ken Brinkman, the talented offensive coordinator for the Rams, had head coaching capabilities. He is trying to regain some of this momentum that they had earlier in the game.
Another run straight up the gut, and this time Joppatowne is there for it. Yeah, you run up the gut. You know what they say about it, Cadre. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Absolutely.
100% of the time. It's a great athletic event here at Edgewood. The Ravens doing such a great job. Cannot thank my friend Adam Rudell or Shamar Correa for everything they've done to make these events go on so smoothly, seamlessly.
Beautiful night here in Harford County, Maryland.
Inside handoff again, no gain, and that's going to bring up third and a big long.
Yeah, I think for Darius Flemings, he knew he had an opportunity if he had kept his feet. He knew he had an opportunity for a big gain.
And all of a sudden, the Edgewood Rams are faced with a very important 3rd and 8 from the 41-yard line. Not quite 4-down territory.
Not quite 4-down territory. You know, you still want to milk the clock. I mean, it's in your favor. You don't want to just...
Travers steps up and lets one go down the middle, and that is incomplete. No flags on the play.
No flags.
4th down, punt team on.
Yes.
So the Mariner defense answered the bell on that series as they hustle some guys off the field real quick. And the Rams will look to punt it away.
They burned up some clock, got themselves out of a jam in the push punt. They got the ball back, and now, again, they can have an opportunity to flip the field again. Let's see what Joppatowne's going to be wise and let it go, and it'll be at the 31-yard line.
You said they burned some clock. When is that sending the message to your team that you're playing not to lose? So is that a thin line?
It is a very thin line, but it's your play calling. It's how you see the game, and I think for Edgewood, we're up 26-12. So if you're up and you're going along, but then you're struggling to get first downs, that's where, as a coach, you got to realize, look, let's not give the other team any advantage or confidence that they can stay with us. So slowing the game down is a good strategy to use.
Okay. I want to make sure our viewers understand that there's a lot of different ways to look at it.
Absolutely. I did sleep at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Robinson gets it off for a very short game to Belton.
I know one or two things about the art of football, the game within the game.
But it is a fine line. You don't want to send your team the message like, okay, now we're playing not to lose. Because it's still, 1:30 to go, third quarter. Robinson, shotgun. And he's going to go deep down the right side. And just overthrows his intended target.
I will say this. I mean, I know Damon Brooks, he's had a really good game. He's had some catches. On that particular play, if he could have done a better job of accelerating down the field, I think he would have given himself a better chance of getting the football. Sometimes as a receiver at the high school level, you think the quarterback's just going to throw it right to you. Well, when a game comes, there's another team that's going to be trying to get your quarterback. So your quarterback's not going to have time to make it nice and pretty like you had it in practice. And so that ability to be aggressive to the ball really matters. And I think that's something that a young receiver like Brooks needs to kind of put into his brain and his repertoire as a wideout.
How much of that is learned in the film room versus the practice field versus a scrimmage versus a game?
All of it. When it comes to the practice field, you saw it in the film room, but then the practice field, it's like, okay, let's rep this. But then in a scrimmage, you got an opportunity to have some level of control and seeing it and coaching it up and teaching it up. The game, you're hoping all the practice reps, all the scrimmage reps, the mental imagery gets honed in, the timing gets honed in, and then you just got to go out there and be a football player. Being a football player, you got to expect the unexpected, and I think for him, it's about, you know what, I can make this play. What is it meaning I can make this play? Well, I'm sprinting down the football field. I know I got a defender about to get in my way. It doesn't matter. I feel that the quarterback is going to throw it up to me because he has confidence in me that I can go out there and make a spectacular play for him.
Looks like Edgewood has about 19 players on defense. Robinson screened to the middle, but they read that very well. The defender's helmet came off.
So that was a case where you have they
sniffed it out.
I'm about to say an adjustment by the defense, recognizing that the screen is going to be Joppatowne's big play capabilities because of the rush that we're putting on. But we need guys to stay with their feet just past the line of scrimmage and ready for that screen action.
Joppatowne set to punt it away, deep in their own territory, and he gets it off again, miraculously, and he gets a good roll. Edgewood will take over the ball just inside their own 45-yard line. In a half that we saw one touchdown for each squad, but it's been some good defense as well.
It's been some really good back and forth defense for sure. You've seen where, both sides of the ball have had their star players step up. Obviously, we've hyped up quite a bit Joppatowne's Zion Ely, and he's both defense and special teams have shown himself as a really valuable player. But, you're also looking at Edgewood, the way in which they rally to the football, a lot of red hats to the football. But I think, this is what you expect from both squads, to play hard and physical.
1st and 10, 44-yard line, inside handoff, and they are just letting those linemen eat right now. Nice gutsy run by number 4.
Makai
Georges with a great one. And he has 28 tackles on the season. I mean,
he's a tackling machine, but they also realize, hey, we might as well just give you the ball too, because Makai can make some plays, and he certainly did it there. Looks like they're going to let the quarter expire and go to the final quarter of the game.
How great is this? To remark the ball, they have to take one step because they have to switch direction.
Yes.
They literally, the ball's so close to midfield.
Yes.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, turn around and keep on playing.
Just spin the ball.
Yeah.
Dead on at midfield.
I guess they got to just switch the chains around if it's...
26-12, your score, 4th quarter on the other side. What a beautiful night.
On October 28th, come experience a brand new race. Featuring a scenic course through the boardwalk and Assateague Island. Run through our unique course and enjoy our post-race party, featuring Michelob Ultra, Hoop Tea, and Food Lion refreshments. Don't miss our one-of-a-kind oyster medal and high-quality runners premiums. Register now at ocrunfest.com.
The Ravens are searching for the first ever Purple Rising Community Athlete Award recipient. Nominate a female student athlete who is a leader on and off the field. Win game tickets, a VIP experience at the Ravens vs. Rams home game on Sunday, December 10th. To learn more and nominate a female student athlete, please visit baltimoreravens.com/showdown.
Experience the thrill of the Baltimore Running Festival. Join us on October 14th and journey through the heart of Charm City. Over our first 20 years, we have created great memories, incredible accomplishments, and lifelong friendships. We have the perfect distance for every runner to conquer, from the Full to the Curio Wellness 5K, the Pandora 10K, and of course, the Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield hat. All of our runners will receive a top-notch Under Armour Runners Premium. Go to thebaltimoremarathon.com and register today.
For 10 weeks during the regular season, the Ravens will honor a high school coach who has made a significant impact on a student athlete. This award is in its 26th year of existence. All 10 Coach of the Week winners receive a $2,000 donation to their school's football program and will attend a Ravens home game at M&T Bank Stadium in December for an opportunity to be named the Ravens High School Coach of the Year.
Great to see the Baltimore Running Festival with an advertisement there. It's coming up October 14th. And Kadri Ishmael has just informed me that if Joppatowne comes back and wins this game, he will not be running the marathon.
No, he will not. No,
he will not. He will not be running it.
He will commit. He's going to get a Bowflex.
Yep. And here comes the fourth quarter, and look at how close the ball is to midfield. That is just beautiful.
Yeah, just a flip of the...
The referees never felt so good about a quarter ending at the right time.
Yes.
Shotgun. Travers looked like it could have been a double pass, but ow, there's some big contact right there.
Yeah, that is some
the guy Georges
strong hits. I mean, Georges and Lamar Watts laid the boom on the big running back. Like he went backwards, or at least sideways.
Yeah, but he still got him down. Yeah,
that was a big collision.
Edgewood still going. Nice and slow. Taking their time. Two receivers to each side. One setback. And now we get a timeout called by Edgewood. The Rams want to talk it over. 26-12 your score. Booker Corrigan and Kadri Ishmael. Kadri, these kids, I mean, we talked about it in the beginning. This is a lifelong memory for them. When you look back at your high school football career, what did you have anything close to this?
Oh, my God, absolutely. E.L. Myers High School in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. The Wyoming Valley, the football love of it all was just outstanding.
We'll be back.
I'll talk more about it after break.
Yes, we will. 26-12, Edgewood.
You know, this might be the last time I'm going to play football. You know, I started playing football in high school, you know, and that's where I got my dog in it. So for y'all, like, take this for, like, what it is, man. Go out there and really try to be a dog out there and beat them boys over there, you know. They don't got y'all. They don't got what y'all got. And if you take it like that, you're going to be aggressive, you know. You know, do everything you can to make this, you know, meaningful. Go get that dub. You hear me?
Here's that Georges. And while we were away, Georges ran for a very close to a first down. They're looking at it, trying to determine. And they are going to march the chains out. I can't see the ball, so I can't tell if he made it or not. But back to those high school memories. I mean, to talk about an unbelievable experience. This trumps any memory you have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's core memories that you have, and I think, you know, you look at the Super Bowl, you look at all the bowl games when it comes to, you know, just high school or college, I should say. But high school ball, and we'll see right here where they had to run up the middle. But high school ball, especially for me in the Wyoming Valley, was just outstanding. I mean, it was quality football. It was really lifelong friendships from not only my teammates, but also some of the competitors that I went up against. I know Joppatowne and Edgewood. I mean, these kids, they live, you know, very close proximity to one another. So there's a lot of conversation to be had, and a lot of bragging rights, but a lot of bonds that you can have with one another that's well after the game and the clock strikes zero. So. Yep. High school football, it's great for your community and just great for you as individuals and teammates.
And the Ravens have certainly found a way to take it to the next level.
Yes.
With the fireworks and the cheerleaders and Poe coming out and the players. Shotgun. Cesar down the left side. He loves throwing down that left side. And falls incomplete. Good play, good pattern, good pass, good defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's again where you're trying your best to gain the advantage and couldn't get the advantage, but yet at the same time, shots are going to be taken down the football field. You get up to the line of scrimmage, take away our run, there's going to be opportunities to take shots down the field. And you got some skilled guys to do so.
That'll bring up second and long.
Second down and 10.
After the measurement by the nose of the football. Second and 10 for the Edgewood Rams in their home red up against Joppatowne in the road whites. Fakes the handoff, goes deep to the inside on the crossing post, and he's got it. Great catch by T.J. Wesson. Ask the people on my block, I'm as real as can be.
You know, TJ, it was a great route discipline, the quarterback action, because you had Zion like just screaming down, about to sack the quarterback, but you also saw the poise. Watch the poise of Caesar right there, just stepped up just nice and kept his eyes down the field to get it to his wide receiver. And TJ makes him validate why.
Unbelievable skill of feeling the pressure while seeing the play.
Absolutely.
Travers inside handoff. They can go power and they can go flash.
And that's the versatility that you're looking for if you're an offensive coordinator. And I think for Ken Brinkman, he's calling a good game. He's seeing some of the things that his team is doing and some of the things that, Edgewood might be a little bit weak at. This is the fourth quarter. Some of the two-way play of Joppatowne can be difficult. I know that Coach Good, he prides his team on being in shape, and make no question about it. I mean, this isn't a team that's, giving up, but that's an advantage if you have fresher legs towards the end of the game for Edgewood.
Rams in the shotgun. Another inside handoff. This is Torres. Torres taken down as he scampers to the left.
I mean, I will say this. You're talking about a hard-hitting Joppatowne team. The scoreboard doesn't really show the hard-hitting physicalness of Joppatowne, but they're bringing it.
Yep. Yeah,
nothing is easy. You're getting it. You're getting everything earned tonight.
There's no column on the scoreboard for sweat, but they've certainly put the effort in there tonight. As we get to just inside the 9-minute mark, inside handoff, and he eludes the tackler, only to be met by a host of Joppatowne Mariners.
Yeah, and that's where, again, when I say physicality, that's what I mean. Not only are you seeing the first wave, but you're seeing the second and third wave of white hats to the football, and that's where the Mariners, they're making their stand. Again, the scoreboard doesn't indicate it, but this is a very hard-fought physical game.
Second and goal from the 11. Oh, fumbled snap, and picks it up only to be thrown down. Great defensive sack that time for number 21, Marquise Dobbins.
Yeah, Dobbins has had some plays. We've called his name a few times tonight, and again, that's just being relentless to the football. Again, Cesar Travers, that's the basic element of play. Get the snap, make sure you secure it. It's the mundane things, but if you don't take care of the mundane, bad things can happen.
Rams now third and goal from the 14-yard line. 7.5 to go, fourth quarter. Seam route picked off. What a great athletic play. I don't think he thinks he's running it back. I'm hoping they're going to call him down in the end zone.
Oh, they're going to call him down. It's just he's excited and getting up. No, that was awesome.
if he's either in the end zone or he's on the 1 yard line.
Well, I think his momentum.
It's a 19-yard difference.
It'll be interesting to see if his momentum carried him into the end. No, it's at the 2-yard line. His momentum carried him into the end zone, and it's a matter of whether or not the officials see that or saw that correctly. Yeah, so they saw it correctly. So he's going to be marked down at the 1-yard line. Ooh. But that was a seam route that literally, when it came to Belton just making a play, he was in the right place at the right time and
great hands
and just snatched the ball out of the air.
Great hands. And it's just a odd event that it happened to happen at it all went down on the 2-yard line, or even less. Goodness, they're marking. Oof. They're going from the 1-foot line.
Yes, indeed.
I go deep.
I'm about to say we're going to see Tony Dorsett go 99.
That's a gutsy run by by Mekhi Bolton. Bolton gathered a healthy 4.5, 5 yards.
Belton had the interception. Might as well go ahead and give it to him on the run.
Back to pass. Robinson with time.
Give it to your outlet.
Just can't get it to the streaking Damian Brooks.
That was a late developing play. It was a good concept, but that's where you as a quarterback just let it just float right over the top, allow your receiver to run underneath it. Right here, you just step up in the pocket, extend it, and just a little bit too much. I mean, you just had a little bit too much on it. Just let your receiver just run right underneath that.
Shotgun and a long pass up the middle for a seam route attempt. They were trying to get it to Lamar Watts. No dice, and that'll bring up fourth and 4 with 6:44 to go.
Yeah,
your thoughts from your own territory. This is
you want to punt that thing and live to fight another down.
Starts with P and rhymes with punt.
Yes. You don't want to be a runt.
Yeah. The bad news for Joppatowne is Edgewood has been so close to blocking a punt all night long.
Well, you want to punt it so you can go hunt it.
Yep. He gets a good end over end, and it's handled. And he's got a little bit of room to run and just get out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34 for the Edgewood Rams, who have played a fabulous game tonight. Coach Rawling, the defensive coordinator, has done a nice job. And Ken Brinkman, you've talked about how he's the savant over there. He's just a fabulous coach, knows what he has, and knows how to put them in a position to succeed.
And that's what you want, you know, when you talk about coaching up kids. He's done it in Hartford County for years now. Just a tremendous person, and really the kids really take hold of his coaching and how he puts them in position to be successful.
You got to sniff out that you're going to see a healthy dose of runs right here.
Well, that was just an individual effort.
Georges.
I like the call, the way you had a little bit of a quick hitter right up the middle. But, I mean, man, that was just a great individual run effort.
Georges just put his head down and kept his legs churning.
This is where you say, if you're Edgewood, yo, fellas, we're in deep in their territory. Let's put the game away. Let's just do this.
Do your job.
And do it well.
And do it well. Travers handoff again. Left side scamper by Torres. And he gobbles up about 8.
It's the Torres show.
Yeah.
Like he's a big physical back, and he is a guy that you're going to just lean on. You know, Ken Brinkman, again, like what he loves, he's going to take his shots, but he loves that physical run element.
I just noticed that Zion Ely came out of the game the defensive star, just a sophomore. He was at Mount Carmel last year, had 12 sacks as a freshman. He lives right across the street here, and he decided he's going to go to the local school. Oh, look at Torres, Jameer Torres. So much funk in his bag.
Yeah, Jameer Torres, just an awesome job of being disciplined, like just running. Like, I am going to break tackles. I am going to make sure my feet keep going.
Yep. I was just going to jump in and say, keep my legs moving.
Yep. I mean, that's just beautiful running. That's beautiful running right there.
And you saw him point. I think they threw a flag. The referees are now talking.
That's interesting because, I mean, I saw him running over to give the ball to the referee, so I don't know if there was some level of taunting or not.
He did go over and flip the ball to the ref, but he did also point at the kid, and they're gonna call him.
They're gonna call unsportsmanlike conduct.
And the bad news for the Joppatowne Mariners is Zion Ely is off the field. He has his helmet off on the sidelines.
Well, it looks like he's being attended to by the trainer on the sideline. It depends on what they're going to be looking at, but yeah, you surely recognize his talents when he's on the field, and it's a difference when he's not on the field.
And at 32-12, and you're the coach at Joppatowne, do you put him back in?
It depends. I mean, if he feels like, he's okay and it's not a serious thing, sure. But if it's something that is going to jeopardize his availability for next week and we got a lot of season left to play, no. Young man, sit down and chill.
2-point conversion here. Travers tucks it momentarily, and Cesar can't get away. Great open field tackle that time by 21 Marquise Dobbins. Dobbins, 5'11", senior. And that'll bring up the pooch kick, the pooch of the squib. As we get a good look at number 1, Abrion Richardson. And, of course, number 5, Lamar Watts, has done so much for them tonight.
Well, again, you're recognizing you're a 1A school that had a great year last year, and now you're up in the Chesapeake Division. So it's a larger school that you're going to be versing. This is a 3A school. And so you can see where the flag, he's like, look, I promise you I wasn't trying to do a unsportsmanlike conduct move, but obviously they called it. But
isn't the penalty enforced on the kick? They're teeing it up at the 40. Now they're telling them, like, whoa, back it, slide it on back.
Yeah, they're reinforcing it and enforcing it.
Yeah. Not you, fat Jesus. Slide it on back. You, pretty boy. There you go. Now they're kicking from the 25. And the pooch, this could be a run back. Get some live action here.
St. Thomas to kick off for the range.
And they send out St. Thomas for the kickoff, and he kicks it deep. Pounds it, but out of bounds. And that'll draw a flag.
Yeah, that's a critical special teams error.
Especially from where it was kicked, from the 25.
Yeah, he's a kicker exclusive to Edgewood and does a strong job of kicking. However, yeah, I think got to be a little bit more purposeful with your direction.
And it's going to be first down for Joppatowne. The Mariners in a tough spot right now. And they'll have it at their own 35-yard line. And late coming onto the field, number 34, J.D. Logan. Just a sophomore, learning his way.
Learning the game, yep, figuring it out. He will.
And illegal motion going to get called against Joppatowne. But the guy running on late, that sets a bad little tone for the play.
Yeah, and again, I mean, you're looking at 27 players strong, but in that 27 players strong, there is that constant communication because you're going both ways. Of course, everybody's getting the wristband and figuring out what the play call is and being on the same page. Got the young quarterback, Isaiah Robinson, getting people set up.
Shotgun snap, inside handoff. Two guys collide in the backfield, and that's going to bring up third and very long.
Yeah, that was a jet sweep action, but the timing of that was off. And you see Lamar Watts, he's down.
Watts is down. It looks like it could be a cramp, we're hoping.
Yeah, usually when that leg is locked out like that, and you're kind of like, whoa, boy.
Yeah.
Again, that's the tough part when you don't have quite as many numbers. You have that situation where you're losing some electrolytes rather quickly.
And he is up with a heavy limp.
Yeah, he's going to have to shake that off and hopefully get some fluid in him and
stretch
be all right.
Yeah, get a good stretch on it. In our conversation with Coach Good, he did say he wanted to be the tougher team on the field today. And they got some hombres out there who can really lay a lick on you. But so can Edgewood, evidently. If you look at the scoreboard, Edgewood has some tough fellas, too.
Oh, absolutely they do. This is a great matchup of some really good football back and forth.
Robinson's pass up the sideline, incomplete. And that's fourth down. And now I think they got to go for it.
Yeah, this is a situation where you just don't have the opportunity.
Pass goes over the defense.
Wow.
And if that's a catch, that's a first down. That is a catch. We haven't had a signal. They're marking it.
Oh, they're marking it first down. You can see where the guy is. The official is spotting the ball.
Certainly taking their time.
They're moving the chains.
There you go.
So this is where you got the rush coming on, and you know Isaiah Robinson, like, hey, quarterback got to throw it up. You just got to make a play.
Damian Brooks,
he's like, Damian, I'm counting on you. Let's go.
Screen pass. Nice handle by Watts, and he explodes up the middle of the field. Excuse me, that's not Watts. That is Taekwon Billinger-Bay.
Yeah, Taekwon, wow, what an amazing job of accelerating once the ball was in his possession. Tremendous run. We'll just see where, you know, it's like a little quick flanker screen. And just hit that ball or hit the hole and accelerate up the field. That was an excellent job by Taekwon.
Deep down the left sideline, and it's caught. What a play, what a pass, what a catch. That was beautiful.
Debron Richardson.
What a great pitch and catch.
Debron Richardson just did, or I apologize. No, Richardson.
Yeah.
Richardson. You said Robinson? Got me nervous.
No, I'm sorry. Isaiah Robinson with the pass. He just drops
Robinson
back.
to Richardson, R&R. They got a little R&R going. I got you.
And the pocket collapses on him that time. Uh-oh. That was rough sledding.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because that's where your offensive line, you know, if they can hold for just a split second, he had an opportunity to get it to his guy, Richardson. And it would have been another RR connection, Robinson and Richardson.
We get a timeout on the field with 3:43 to go. So many of these guys played both ways. A lot of water going down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is again a nice cool night, but when you're having that much equipment on, and I mean, again, you're losing fluids rapidly, and you got to be able to replace. That's where I know I would tell my athletes, look, hydrate 2 days before competition, and so that extra hydration helps you during game day, and you're ready to go out there and do what you need to do without worrying about being dehydrated.
100%. We should also mention that part of the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown is each school receives $1,500 towards their athletic department, which they can use however they see fit, which is an unbelievable, generous move by the Ravens. Motion to the right. Robinson again with a pass that's picked off, and we got trouble. That is a nice interception by Shane Tressler, the junior.
Shane Tressler did an amazing job of reading the eyes of Robinson.
You just missed his high fade, did the body jump high five and got knocked on his nose.
Yes, that just steps right in front of the slant route. They've been throwing those seams and slants all game long, and I think for Tressler, he was like, enough is enough. I've seen it. I'm going to trust my eyes, and he did.
And trust your memory.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that'll be Edgewood ball on their own 31-yard line, 32-yard line. The good news is Zion Ely is back in the game for Joppatowne. The bad news is they got 3.5 minutes left, and they're down by more points than they've scored.
Yeah, and unfortunate, that they weren't able to, keep it score-wise competitive. But make no mistake about it, both teams have done a fine job of putting forth maximum effort.
And they're going to take plenty of time here as they get set to run their next play. And there's your cheerleader battle.
I am telling you, it's been riveting the entire night. Love all of it. Love all of it.
Running play as expected and thrown to the ground hard. It was George's, but not before he gained a healthy chunk.
And George's, he's their bell cow. I think if he can continue to do what he does, you can see that stretching action. That was that. All right, let's see. Let's make sure.
I'm about to cramp.
Ken Brinkman relaying the calls out to his team as they get into that one back set. Shotgun action.
Yep. Single setback. Travers dropping deep. You can tell it's a screen, but the way he backs up, and Georges stays in bounds, keeps the clock running with 1:55 to go.
They're feeding it to him. Yeah. They're feeding it to him.
And I tell you what, I would say the hay is in the barn.
Yeah, I guess you could do a Jerry Sandusky and say that. Absolutely.
He's the best.
Absolutely.
He's absolutely fabulous.
Looks like they're going to... Are they calling timeout, or are they calling timeout because of measurement? I think they're calling timeout because of measurement.
That's to Joppatowne's advantage, but
correct.
If they get the first down, they can just kneel it. And they're going to back the guys up so that they can get the chains out there. All the technological advances we've made as humans, and we still use 10-yard chains.
Well, yeah, then Major League Baseball needs to go to auto umping.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. And you talk about baseball, and we haven't brought up the Orioles. By golly, I mean,
amazing, amazing year, amazing season.
One of the conversations I had with a friend the other night was 2 seasons ago. You couldn't think of someone who could have been the MVP for the Orioles. This year, there's 5, 6 guys who are. You could argue.
Give me my guy Gunnar.
They're all great.
Gunnar and Rodriguez as the pitcher.
I mean, they are.
Yeah, they're playing well.
Unbelievable work.
They're playing really well. Oh man, winners of the AL East.
100 games.
Yep. The manager Hides, he's done a phenomenal job. I know John Harbaugh is a big fan of his and his style of play and the way he has his team prepared.
And here goes Edgewood with a first time they haven't been in shotgun for a long time, and they're just going to kneel it out.
Yep, the best play and formation in all of football.
Yes.
Victory
formation.
This was a game where it started off a little rough for Joppatowne because of all the miscues and fumbles, and I think for Edgewood they recognized opportunity, took advantage of that opportunity, and Joppatowne had a run there in the second and third quarter where they got back in the game, but just wasn't enough to overcome their own mistakes.
And you see the fans trading some barbs.
Of course, that's the fun of high school sports, just being back and forth and talking.
There it is.
Some rivalry, but yes.
I think they're actually going to have to snap the ball one more time because there were 40 seconds left. Yeah, so they could just do it now. Line up and snap the ball. Clock running with 20 seconds remaining, and that'll get it done. That'll do her.
That'll do her indeed. Just a tremendous game. I mean, it was well played by both teams. You can see the maximum effort by both teams as they now go to the middle of the field and be good sportsmen with one another.
Yep.
But I thoroughly enjoyed just what we saw as far as both Edgewood as well as Joppatowne.
There were some momentum shifts, but Edgewood proved to be just the better football team in the trenches and at the skill positions.
Yeah, and I think what we see from this Edgewood Ball Club, I mean, they have the potential to go far. It'll be interesting to see how they, go as far as the UCBAC is concerned. But yeah, this is really such a good opportunity to put Hartford County football on full display.
For Kadri Ismail, I'm Booker Corrigan reminding you, you only get one shot at today.